Hello and welcome to the Stretch Run presented by EquinEdge. We are here with you today to go over a fantastic day of racing. We've got the rest of the card at Fairgrounds, and we'll be with you through the big stakes race there. That would be the Louisiana Derby, and we'll have some good racing from Aqueduct, Matt's texting me right now. Aqueduct, Gulfstream Park, Santa Anita, and Oaklawn Park. I'm joined here with the Oldy capper. Justin will be with us shortly, and we will go from there. I need to get a link over to Matt, so bear with me, Oldy. Go ahead and cover it from here.
Yeah, so we're off to a flying start this morning at Fairgrounds and Aqueduct, Oaklawn. But I will say at Aqueduct, if the 5-horse doesn't win the next race, that thing might pay the entire pool there. But looks like a 2-horse race at Fairgrounds, race 5 here, the 2 and the 4. Your top 2 picks. Blue Fire does seem to have a significant pace advantage. Did its attentions last time out. You know, I could easily see a repeat happening here, though there's a little more distance involved, which might get Margie's attention up there. The other horse I would be considering here, hello, Tony. Hello, Joe. Good to see everybody again. Would be the 1-horse, Powdered Sugar, who did not run and finish and may not want the 2-turn distance here, but is a horse I would consider at a price in your exactas and tries, because this horse at 6 furlongs did show that it could compete at this level against similar horses. So that would be my thought. But for pick 4, I was just looking at 2, 4, 4, 9, and then spreading race 7 and 8.
Hello, Matt. Welcome. Thanks for joining. The reigning not at the lead in the Twin Spiders Tour, that would be Brad Anderson, but certainly one who has crushed a ton of those tournaments. How are you doing?
I'm doing terrific, and we can talk about the tour at some point if you want. But sure. We can talk about it right now. And I had to count because the number got so silly. It was 31 tournament scores in the first 2 months of the year. Decided to switch up strategies a bit and step up the game such that the tournaments became my hedges and my cash plays became larger. And frankly, that is not to hand the tour to a friend of mine or anything like that. But okay, with me out of the way, I suppose that would help. You know, real nice of these guys to start these tours after those 2 months I just did. But the one exception to what I'm saying is there's a reason I'd not joined the show on time. I had the family barf bowl sitting here, sweating out that inquiry. I have a massive double going into this next race at Fairgrounds. And in the tournament, took out the sledgehammer with both entries and walloped the other one. The other one meaning the other of the 2 logical horses that everybody knows I would have picked. I shouldn't reveal live, which one's the tournament horse and which one is the cash horse. I assure you, I will be equally thrilled to get either one of those home. So, although in the case of the tournament, this is the first half of the double. In the case of the hedge, this is the second half. So
you had that horse that had the objection lodged into it in the last at Fairgrounds, right?
I can't imagine what they accused that poor jockey of. Trying to do something to somebody else. I felt so badly for him. How embarrassed he must have been by that inquiry. That was IRAD, and frankly, I think if it was a different jockey, there might have been a DQ. But for IRAD, that one wasn't that bad. So,
well, Oldy and I were talking before we started that shouldn't there just be an inquiry on every race IRAD is in?
Well,
it should be automatic.
There's an inquiry for every touchdown in the NFL. why don't they take just 2 seconds and look at the stretch themselves?
Yeah.
I mean, look, in theory, tell me if I'm wrong, I'm not some like old time historian, but there's a scale next to the racetrack that I thought used to be part of all this, where after the jockey rode the race, he'd get on the scale with all his stuff, and they'd say, "Yeah, you weigh what you said you weigh." These races are declared official long before that ever happens. I mean, they're usually still on the horse. So,
Yeah.
in my opinion, you got plenty of time, and you know, a lot like what they've done with tournaments where they don't pay people right away anymore because they want to do an auditing process. I think honest players wouldn't really mind 20 seconds. You know, if you knew you were getting kind of an NFL touchdown style review of the stretch every time, yeah, 20 seconds wouldn't be bad.
Oldy, could you blow up your screen just a bit?
I can blow up my screen, yes.
By the way, at the Fairgrounds right now, the win percentage is winning at a 50% rate. Just a heads up.
Yeah, so Matt, I thought that the 10 horse came in at the same time as Irad's horse came out. And I think that's why there was no DQ.
I did too. And, you know, I'm sitting here alone and I don't, you know, I don't believe in jinxing yourself or anything like that. I try to look at this stuff honestly and objectively. And as much as I think Irad had the right, you know, while in front, you're allowed to drift. It's just, you know, it's just at some point if you cut off the other horse, but it actually looked when they got close to each other like the other horse kind of shoved his way in there. And so I don't want to give Irad too much benefit of the doubt, but it felt kind of mutual. And so, but it was enough money that I still needed the barf bowl. And we all know what that is. And it's funny, you know, it's insane to me to watch people eating out of that thing. You know, if we have popcorn, whatever, that's kind of the popcorn. There's no chance I'm eating out of that bowl, knowing what different family members have done to that thing. I put it back now. It's all good.
Well, we've got brother on brother here coming up as the two logicals, the two Blue Fire at 6-5, and the 4 Margie's Intention currently at 8-5. I'm assuming, if I know you correctly, those are in use in various different ways.
Oh yeah, and they are in use in very blunt fashion. So I'm live to a double. I'm uncomfortable saying the amount. It's an appreciable percentage of the pool. That's into one of these horses. And in the other, I took my 2 contest entries. Let me see the next race if I'm giving away too much with what I'm about to say. I don't think I am. I took one of those entries and did an all-in double. And in this $800 contest, that's a $400 bet. And for Twin Spires, that's kind of a lot. That's not, you know, this isn't the site for crazy all-in shoves and maniacs and whatever. So if you looked at what people are doing in this tournament, most people's first move is not that decisive. And frankly, I'm thrilled because a lot of these people have already scored nicely. And if they had been more decisive, I'd already be in trouble. But that's not how it works. So I'm live to 1 all-in double for $400. And I Dutched 2 others. I want to say I keyed in 180 for both and then 40 extra on the one that paid cheaper, trying to equalize their payouts to some degree. So I will, if my tournament horse wins here, I will need one of 3 horses in the next race. And at that point, this might get really fun because I am debating what I can only describe as a King Kong style approach to then winning the tour, which we will all live out live if I hit that double. So
King Kong Bundy?
No, not the wrestler. I mean the actual King. I mean actually stomping around like a crazy person. It's going to be quite funny. But I need to get there first. So let's not.
Yeah.
We'll save it for another day if this isn't the day to do that.
You know, King Kong Bundy always required a 5 count.
One tournament.
Yeah, King Kong Bundy always required a 5 count, not a 3 count. 5.
On the Mania.
Getting down here to Fairgrounds, then we'll head over to Oaklawn Park. Is there any Oaklawn Park tournament happening today, Matt?
Not that I'm aware of. So this tournament is Fairgrounds and Turfway. And look, there's some really nice races coming up at Turfway, but knowing my style, I wanted to try to make my money at Fairgrounds.
Sure.
Turfway, I don't know. I mean, that's just not, I have such a hard time finding high confidence. So,
well, the leader in the tournament right now at Fairgrounds is at 2806, 2,806. Second place is 1,005. Lots of time to go. I see Eddie Holchek is in it. I see Matt Gumm's name. Brad Anderson's got a couple of bullets he hasn't fired. Mike Soletta's got a couple. I see Neil Thornberry in there. I see that Drew Coatney has bid his adieu. Dylan Donnelly is in there as well. Mike Somich in there.
Matt, just in case my one horse here does get the distance,
really?
I mean, you can make a nice profit on a $10 double here with that horse into the two logicals in the next.
Oh, and I love the veiled insult there that you only think there's two logicals. Thanks.
In my mind, that there are only two logicals there. Either the 4 gets away on the front end, or there's a pace duel and the 9 wins.
And I'm listening to you. I mean, I joke, but I would not substitute my opinion for yours.
Bill does say that he said he hopes it doesn't matter, but King Kong doesn't have any balls.
Well, maybe this is TMI. I'm fine with
way
that.
too much to know.
Blue Fire sharply winning.
Fire.
Blue cap was an early bid.
Not exactly blue steel. This is blue fire.
Third is Blue Fire. Blue Fire in front of Graceful Star and right there, Warriors Justice in the free path as they go to the back.
We had Bill on the coaching class last night. That was a lot of fun.
And it's vying for second now with on the outside. Warriors Justice in fourth. They're now deep on the trend. As Blue Fire has made up.
You guys are too far ahead of me, so I can't even watch this.
Blue Fire.
Fire.
Dictates the field.
Fire.
Do we want one over the other here, Matt? Is it 2 or the 4?
I don't care.
Okay.
Attention is coming with the bid. Fortress Attention gains on the front side. Canal Street with the rail. Graceful Star has brought back a few positions now and is in fact second to last spin. Bullhead Rose Trails. They go past the half-mile hole, and it's Blue Fire. Fire in charge.
Fire.
47.32 seconds as they round.
They're not going too fast.
It's Blue Fire. These Warriors that Powder Sugar is right there handy with inside 3 furlongs to go. And it's still Blue Fire in charge coming toward the quarter pole. From Warriors Justice as Mark's Intention is coming with a bid on the front outside.
Oh, the rail, Oldy.
Pulls her position with the rail. Canal Street, Bullhead Rose, and Graceful Star has tailed off. It's Blue Fire after 3 quarters in 1 and 12.44 seconds to the final.
Come on, one, get out.
Blue Fire has a 2-length lead. Powdered Sugar is out and after her. On the outside, Margie's Intention with her charge. And Canal Street is in the red cap and is running in fourth. It's Blue Fire for Jose Ortiz. Blue Fire is close to home. Canal Street, Margie's Intention, Powdered Sugar. They all chase Blue Fire. Blue Fire's victory.
I'll take it. I have a $50 double into the 4 and 9 in the next.
Canal Street
Yes, winner. Honestly, it's the worst part about doing these shows is when you don't have the live video. This is just killer because whatever signal I have here is behind.
You know, people at Twin Spires, you got to tell them we need the live signal.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, anyone over there that I know would agree with me and listen.
Yep.
They all have, I'll say something that places credit. In some ways, it's run like a real company, and they have different departments that do things. It's not that the departments don't talk to each other, but it's not like you just talk to one person and everything happens automatically. And so, all right, so let's, all right, excitement contained for a second. I want to see what these doubles now pay. So I had the 2 in the tournament. I had the 4.
I'm grateful you have the 2 in the tournament.
2 in the
because I have the 2 in live money in a double.
Okay, perfect. So I
So that's
was
320, 320, Matt. You had a $400 double there?
$400 double into the 4. So this is, again, it started here. So on one entry, and I shouldn't be saying this. I have one $400 double. I'm also live to a $180 double and a $220 double.
All right.
I shouldn't say who the 3 horses are, but if you are an EquinEdge subscriber, this should not be hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't have anything ending here, though, right?
No, and I'm going to say it again. Only I'm not frustrated or being aggressive. I'm saying it because I thought it was a really good play. With that 4 to 5 shot before, I saw a chance to hedge my tournament in advance, and so I did play a couple others besides that one, but I pounded the 1 into the 4 here. So when I hit that, I knew I was going to be cashing for more than the value of this tournament. Let's just say that. So knowing that the 4 is totally taken care of if that hits, now I take my tournament entries and I shove them on the only other horse that I thought could win, which was the 2. And so one of them is an all-in double. And again, just go look at the will pays, look at EquinEdge, you'll figure out who I took. But one of them's an all-in double, and the other's an all-in double, but judged to 2 horses because the payouts are higher.
Sure.
And frankly, obviously I'll sit here and listen, but I would really like it if Oldy sat here telling me those are the only possible. that would make me feel a lot better.
We'll get to those in a moment. Oldy, let's get to this Oaklawn race as they're getting closer and closer to the gate, and then we'll get out to Gulfstream. We'll have a bit of time. And Matt, at some point in time, while we have you, we'll talk a little NHC stuff as well, because that was a fun weekend.
For sure. And let me interrupt for 1 second just to correct something on this tournament so that people watching don't get the wrong idea. Even though this is a nice sized tournament, the prize is $5,000 Kentucky Derby betting challenge seats. And as of right now, this is a loose count on my part, so don't hold me to it. It might be up to 6 seats. I couldn't give 2 shits if I'm in 6th or 1st. So there's no ego to this.
Yeah.
This is really about scoring 1st through 6th. So when we talk about winning, that's what I mean. I just don't like winning by that narrow a margin because you're at risk of someone catching you. So I'm hoping to be a little higher than that. But okay, let's get back to it. Sorry.
All right, let's.
Is this free for real?
Could be. A 6 could steal this on the front end. I thought the side a little interest in the 7, who's a second-time starter, is not getting bet as well. But it's all about the break, because if the 6 doesn't break well, you could get a pace duel here.
6 broke well.
Still getting a pace duel.
Moves up level with that party. There's 3 across the track at the backstretch run. Lincoln and half to Avery's Mischief settling off the pace. Rogers Park right behind her. Dancing Eyes finds herself between horses and brings Samantha. Drops to the back. Just 3 lengths from first to last. A compact group is a half mile to go.
There you go, John.
Sue on the inside of Rational Fury. Bolt on the Rocks is
Way to use those promos.
Bolt on the Rocks comes looking for the lead and grabs it with 3 furlongs to go. Rational Fury trying to play.
3 looks done.
Back in second. Leilani Sue.
9 might be gone.
Is left behind in third, losing position with Avery's Mischief. Coming to the top of the lane. Bolt on the Rocks, still the leader. Rational Fury not going away at this point, and these 2 are going in. It's still Bolt.
Going to be the 6, I think.
Rational Fury to the inside game. Bolt on the Rocks asks for her best. Rational Fury still right there. These 2 are head to head. Avery's Mischief trying to pick them up from third.
Oh, this is
16 to go. Bolt on the Rocks. Rational Fury, Avery's Mischief. Can she get there? She's closing. Bolt on the Rocks with the lead, shaking off Avery's Mischief, and it's Bolt on the Rocks. Bolt on the
Needed that 1.
Rational Fury, it breaks them for 4.
Long shot got me there.
Neil Diamond, Love on the Rocks.
Yeah, but this was Bolt on the Rocks.
Yeah, well, what movie was that from?
No clue.
Oh, you guys.
Not Airplane.
The Jazz Singer. Come on. Oldy was on the Santa Anita Late Pick 5 or the Coast to Coast show yesterday, and he was the only one who knew who sings Walking in Memphis.
Oh, come on.
No,
And by the
really,
way,
they
that's
didn't
probably
know.
the best song on that album.
That's like the best song he's ever had. Number
Yeah,
one.
it is the best song
No,
he's
it's
ever.
the most popular he's ever had. If you listen to the song True Companion on that same album, we're talking about Mark Cohn.
Yeah.
I know so many people that have heard that and gotten married to it. It's a really nice song. It's just not as popular. I love both of them, obviously. But my point, and actually Ghost Train is, I think, the third big track on that album. And I'm not a music guy, Chris, although I keep telling you I'm not, but I sound like it.
Yeah,
Mark
you
Cohn,
try.
that's a solid one for people.
Yeah, it's just this Spotify thing. I just don't understand it. You have an iPhone, just use the subscription.
I just like it more, and they play my shit at the gym, and it's easier. I don't know. I'm turning into one of these older people that's just like, I'm fine with technology, leave me alone, and yet that's going to doom me eventually.
All right, Oldy, out to Gulfstream Park here. We got 6 minutes to race number 6.
All right. Gulfstream Park race number 6, the beginning of the Rainbow Six that we will not be playing, but I thought the 1 Motown Mika was a pretty solid favorite here. Beat 54's 3 back, 54 SORs, is coming off the claim, gets Gonzalez aboard here. He actually stays aboard. And I thought the E picks really had it here, the 156. And you see the 2 is getting back, but I just don't see that horse having the pace to run into. It needs to at Gulfstream. It's coming late. It only won once of, its last, let's call it 12 races. So you can have that horse at 3-2. I'll take the 156 here. I think the 6 might have a shot to sit in between the speed if the 1 and 3 go too fast as well. Same thing with the 5. Either one of those horses, I think, finishes before the 2. Who's your current favorite? But we can watch the race sim as well.
This is the bottom level here, $6,250 claimers. Man, I'm sure you have a live double into this, right?
No.
The answer is no.
No,
and
for real, once I'm in tourney mode, I gotta stay there. And that includes just keeping my eye on the turf board, looking at my 3 horses. I'm seeing nothing spooky, but until then, I only have time to read nice comments like these. So, good one. I was going for the medulla, but that makes no sense.
And this might be a good spot to do a 156 exacta or something like that here. Let's see what that stuff's paying before I say that.
I just keyed the 1 with the 5-6 in a try for some entertainment wager. Nothing exciting.
1-5 paying 13-1. No, 5-1 paying 13-1. Well, yeah, they're both paying 13-1, which isn't bad for those 2 horses. If you throw the 6 in there, it's 57-1 and 43-1 if the 1 wins. So that it's all paying pretty well. They're just about beating that favorite, the 2 there, Go Big Green.
By the way, man, I finished 12th in that tournament last night on Club WPT Gold.
And you might want to take a chance on a double to the Weaver horse, the 1 Turbulent Force into the next. As well there. I mean, that horse, 2-0, is already beaten a group of 70s on the synthetic, has a win at 5 furlongs on the turf, appears to be the fastest horse here. The other horse that looks any good is the 7 Gablodon.
Yeah, that was a terrible harness accident earlier in the week. Not good at all.
Awful. Sylvain, nice meeting you last weekend.
Guys got to hook up out there in Vegas last week. We crowned a new champion, Dan Piazza. We will have him on at some point here in the future. I've got his digits. He's interested in looking at EquinEdge, so I'm going to give him a tour on Monday night, and we'll go from there. I think the likely spot, if he's available, is having him come on with Scotty and David on the road to the NHC, which will be kicking back off next week.
Getting him and David together in particular will be interesting.
Yeah.
You know, it's just funny, us being friends, I was able to give him a whole bunch of, and I really don't want this to sound obnoxious, but just kind of champions advice around this is what to expect. You know, things as funny as telling him Twitter is not LinkedIn. You're not friends. You don't connect. Everyone that follows you, you don't follow them back. Otherwise, that's going to ruin your Twitter.
Yeah.
Just stuff like that where, gosh, would that, you know, it's nice to have some kind of coach or someone that's been there before to tell you some of this kind of stuff. And I've listened to him do a couple interviews so far. The only advice I gave him was just be himself and be genuine. And he is a genuinely great guy. So he'll be fun to have here, and he'll be a great ambassador for the game.
Absolutely. He should be getting his money soon, too.
Yeah, but at the moment, all you want to take home is the cardboard check. At the moment, that's the only thing in front of you that feels real.
Sure.
So, you actually want to rent a convertible and drive back with it like Happy Gilmore is what I would think.
Or just be friends with the tournament director, and they'll be really cool and ship it to you like Tim Schramm did for me with the BCBC.
Yeah.
You don't have to go through an airport or try it. If you're just nice to people, they're nice back. And I'm sure that won't be the first request they've had for that. And yeah, it's definitely worth keeping. I told them everything on the table, just take everything with you. Every piece of this is like golden memories. You want your scribbled programs. You want your stupid necklace with your name on, like all that stuff. You'll see.
Really, I'm sure the takeout was zero.
Zero. I even had to pay for the car ride downtown. So I think technically I spent something to be buddies with this guy at this point. But we were actually buddies before. He's a big supporter of Crownsway Racing, where a whole bunch of my buddies are participants, and so we've met at a whole bunch of watch parties and the like. No, this was just all in good fun. Just helping a buddy out and giving him some good advice, or at least what turned out to be good advice.
Matt, when you say like being nice to people, does that include like when you're at a nice restaurant and you're having dinner with your family and there's another family over there and the two kids are just blaring their devices? That's not being nice to people, is it?
Well, look, I am a believer in the golden rule. And once you have violated that with me, you have a major problem. And we did have a free $300 dinner at Wildfire last night. We tipped the waiter quite generously. But yeah, I'm not paying. No.
Into line goes Darling Darley.
And it was a little bit Obi-Wan Kenobi. These are not the droids you're looking for. It was just, you don't really expect me to pay, do you? And it just kind of worked, and that was that.
Love are the last two out of line.
All right, here we go. I got to fade this too.
Kiki Love and Luca Panici to take the outside. 7 furlongs.
Luca and his Panici.
They're at the post. And they're off. From the rail, Motown Mika comes out firing with our Firebird moving to her. Our Firebird to the top. Motown Mika now moves on with
Firebird.
Madness is keyed up today. She's charging into a contending spot. Meanwhile, the favorite Go Big Green is having to be ridden awfully hard by Zayas in the early stages. She improves to third last as our Firebird was with the leaders at the start and plummets to last. Darling Darley just ahead of her. Motown Mika, the leader. It's Motown Mika through.
Can we just stop it with the 156 in this order right now?
That would be fine.
At the gap of 4 more to Go Big Green.
I need the tractor beam on those other ones.
She just got passed by
Well, it
Kiki
looks
Love
like the
and
two's
Darling
got the
Darley.
tractor beam out right now.
Last is our Firebird. Around the far turn, 22 and 4 for the opening quarter. The leader is still Motown Mika by 2. Madness hot on the chase from second. 4 back to
I
Red
need
Hot
the 6
Clark
to
in
sprout
third.
wings.
Up the 4th goes Darling Darling.
Six is
Yeah.
in trouble, but those front two look okay.
He's at the rail just grinding home as they reach the top of the stretch. They went the opening half mile in 45 and 4, and they're on their way home.
No, keep
Motown
drifting,
Mika has
Ford.
the
Keep
lead.
drifting.
Madness, the nearest pursuer.
6
Darling Darling
wings,
is next.
wings,
Trying
6.
to pick up a slice is Go Big Green.
No,
Off the turn and the stretch drive. Motown Mika
Ford's gonna
winding up
finish
top.
second.
She's still 4 lengths to the good. Madness
Ford
is
might
coming
win
up
this
empty.
race. The
Down
one
the center,
stride
Darling
getting
Darling,
out
Go Big
right
Green.
there.
16th to go.
Aye,
Motown Mika trying to
aye,
get home.
aye.
Darling Darling
One's
is
good.
surging to her
You're
at
good,
the rail.
you're
Go
good.
Big Green. It's Motown Mika who's in front.
Well, I was right about one
Darling
thing.
Darling, I
That
think,
two
is
horse
second.
wasn't winning
Go
that
Big
race.
Green third.
Yeah.
Our Firebird from all.
All right, Oldy, I got to remove this stuff. This extra step they added is super annoying. All right, Fairgrounds race number 6. All right, we got to double into this one, right, Matt?
We have 3 of them.
3 of them.
And again, I'm in a tournament. I shouldn't be too chatty, but I'm happy with what I have.
So you in the tournament, you have 3 in the tournament here live.
Yes, on one of my entries, I just shoved all in, so that's a $400 double. On the other one, I did a 180 and a 220 double. Equalizing the payments a bit.
Yeah. 220, 224, whatever.
Whatever it takes,
When
exactly.
you go look at the will pays, even if you assume those are all exactly the lowest ones, the math works out that should be good enough to win a seat in the end. The question is that enough for today? And we'll take some viewer votes on this and make some fun out of it. But I've got some crazy ideas. We'll see.
Willie, your question, can the 4 wire them? I think yes, especially with the scratches. There was another speed horse in here who scratched out. I don't really like breaking from the one post on this turf course and trying to get to the lead. It's a tough spot to break from. So the 4 is going to probably get a better break on the 1 and may be able to clear off that. And then the 9, Brian's Iron Mike, I think may be the actual best horse at this distance, but just doesn't have that early speed.
All right.
So it could be a 49er exacta.
If you didn't have the 1, is that one you'd cover off, or would you not feel need to do that?
No, so the 3rd horse I liked in this race was an AE that scratched out. I only liked those 2 horses.
Me too. Was that the 16?
Yeah, I love the
Yeah,
16.
Same here. So it's funny. This for me was going to be a 4-horse double, and I was just going to kick one of them out and play it in cash instead. And the 16 was going to be one of the contest doubles. I thought that was a sneaky good pick. And when it scratched, it actually made my contest job a lot easier.
I mean, the other horse that's not showing up on the pace number that has some pace is the 12. And then maybe if the 4 trips coming out of the gate, maybe the 12 gets the lead, but definitely needs the lead.
Does that ever happen in turf sprints?
Horse tripping, sure.
No, just getting hung up in the gate a little bit, especially in a really important race. That was going to be
Well, it depends if the starter hangs on to the horse.
He's referencing a particular race.
Golden Pal.
No, that's why I mentioned.
And we all saw that horse starter just go you felt so badly for him that it, whatever, bad luck.
As you know, I mean, the That was a lot of people's Breeders' Cups right there, because there were a lot of people with a lot of money tied there.
I'm one of those. Guilty as charged.
Golden Pal, I believe it was. Golden. Yeah. Go Sugar, Brian's. I don't like Big Chopper at all. I know the system says it's 15% and it's getting bet, but if you look, this horse, just finds a way to not win. It hasn't won since 2023.
That sounds like a few people we've kicked out of the chat, Oldie, especially the most recent. Finds a way to not win.
Finds a way to not win. Technical term.
Yeah.
But they're showing a replay of last year's Costa Rising Stakes with Brian's Iron Mike. And by the way, this is the second Ditka reference for me today, because at Oaklawn Race 3, there was a horse named Sitka.
I don't think that's a Ditka reference.
It was for me. And that's all that really matters. And my note made mention of the fire and the passion.
The fact that that's what comes to mind when you hear that word is amazing.
When I hear Iron Mike, I think Mike Tyson. When I think Mike Tyson, I think boxing. Super Sky Point to George Foreman, who passed away.
Yes, absolutely. I will grill something on his grill sometime this weekend just to honor him. But I'll just here's my note on Sitka. Sitka rhymes with Dick.
Okay, maybe just add a second note that says city. I'm pretty sure it's in Alaska.
And then I also put might not have the coach's fire and passion, and it did not win. You did. Sorry. Sometimes I just can't help myself from being an idiot.
I often choose idiot. It's quite fun. All right, we're passing the time great. Can they just get this race going already? I'm like losing my mind.
Yeah, we need Matt and I need to make some money here. Come on.
No hedges. 4-8-9.
No runs. No hits, no errors.
No, just 4, go get the lead, make this boring. Mitchell Morrill is my favorite guy out there. Just back from the Arlington days, I thought he was always better than people gave him credit for. So seeing him and James Graham does feel good. Timothy,
he was always on the second best group of horses behind the Midwest Thoroughbreds and Valvidia Jr. back then. Here's another thought to pass the time. Have you ever thought about if they could have gotten Harry Carey to do some race calling?
I don't think he would have gotten one name correct. Hey, there they go. I mean, it just would have been an absolute who won? Who won? I think it would be just like you heard the statistician in the booth. I think you would hear people telling him what to say. I just don't see that going well, but he would be a lot of fun between races.
Yes, it would make something like the NHC way more entertaining if you had Harry Carey, let's say, calling Turfway. And these are the things that keep me up at night, Matt.
It's
hey,
better than what I worry about. Okay. 4-8-9, 4-8-9, 4-8-9, 4-8-9. 4-8-9.
Going into the gate here at Fairgrounds.
Johnny Morris at Ditka's Trackside, spot on. He was huge on that stuff. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good call.
Howard Sudbury too, marketing manager at Arlington for a while.
I had dinner. I'm not trying to be a name dropper, but for Chicago guys, this is cool. I had dinner with Ron Mages maybe 6 months ago. Talked all about racing stuff. Super cool. He knew so much about it. So yeah, I mean, I think there was a whole bunch of sportscasters that liked the racing scene.
All right, here we go.
Word 9, please. I'll use my one time.
They're off in the Costa Rising Stakes. And a fast start for Go Sugar right there. Mr. Candy to the early attack, and Hustling Charlie's running up on the outside, but for Mitchell Myrtle, Go Sugar has that sweet speed to lead the dash. Going past the half mile from Hustling Charlie, Mr. Candy running in third. They're tracked by Ranch Match in fourth. He's just lucky he's running in fifth. On the outside, Mark's Promise a wide sixth. Good area is out deeper off the course, running in seventh. Going by Brian's Iron Mike to the inside as they roll around the far turn. Then further back to Big Chopper. Stonewall is inside of Big Chopper there past midfield. And Big Boo and El Dorado trails. But put it for Go Sugar, 21.90 seconds.
Run away!
Leads for home.
Kick away.
Run away!
Outside. Mr. Candy is closer with the rail, along with Ranch Match and Mark's Thomas and the green blinkers.
Please!
He's just locking in on the outside. Brian's Iron Mike with a late charge. Then Big Chopper follows. With Mitchell World still Go Sugar. Past the 60. Leads Tussling Charlie by 2. Mr. Candy, Mark's Promise, Brian's Iron Mike, and Big Chopper's too late. It's Go Sugar.
We'll take it, Matt. Boom.
Boom!
Boom! That Big Chopper with late
Gate 2 wire.
Nice stuff.
All right, so tell us what you have now.
That's a $400 double.
I only had $50 there.
Drew Coatney, sorry, not right now. You should be watching the show anyway. Let's see what this thing paid. It was decent enough.
630.
At 630, it was good.
Okay, so
2 to 1
$25.
over, or 1 to 1 over 2 to 1.
Okay, so let's now have some fun, especially as we're waiting for prices and stuff. I am just asking the group listening to bear with me because this is fascinating shit, and I swear to God, we're going to take a poll at the end of this, and I want serious advice. So I'm going to be now at $2,500, which will put me in first or second. Doesn't really matter. I do not see 6 or 7 people in this tournament getting that high. It's possible, and if I have to do something again, I will. And the minute people are on my tail, I will act. But at least for now, I'm feeling pretty good. Here's the question. It pays a $5,000 seat. And if whether or not I already have those seats, I'll get $5,000 for it. And so it's a $5,000 kicker on top of what I just hit.
Yeah.
There is this monthly tour concept. And I think they are going to be tweaking the rules to this tour as time goes on. I think the rules as written have a massive hole in them. And that is they pay unjust due to the amount of money you bet. The way you accumulate points, for example, you get 8 points for a win. You also get a point for every $100 you bet. And that gets me to where we are right now.
$2,500 to show on somebody.
Well, $2,500 to show. If I hit that on Sierra Leone in a 5-horse race.
No. No show betting.
So just chill it on just hold on for a second. I want you're going to be one vote. But $2,500 to show on a horse, or $1,000 to show on 2 horses, and $500 to show on a third. That's 25 points. And if I can do that a couple times, it blows the doors off this tour. And the question is it worth it? The flex, the winning the tour, the $2,500. Am I taking that much risk with 2 Dutch show bets? All right, I'm looking in the chat and I'm seeing trusted advisor and good friend Chris Couples saying, don't do it. Chris, is there any even if I just did it once.
Right, so
Just doing this one time.
Man, I mean that 2,500 show bet on Sierra Leone, let's tell you, I think is just solid as you know what.
Well, and again, hear me out. What if it's 2,000 a show, and it's 500 on someone else?
Sure.
By the way,
what if you just take the 2,500 and put it on Good Cheer, who's probably a better bet than Sierra Leone?
oh, that's easy, and we can do that to show as well. I mean, that probably would be the other one. And I'm telling you, the 50
All right.
points.
You're one gate scratch away from no show betting in that race, too.
Yeah, and I would not, if they canceled it, I wouldn't get the credit for it. But it's just crazy as you know, and again, take it as a book plug. That's fine. It is a different way of thinking. I happen to think it's a better way of thinking. But when they set this thing up, they had no thought that someone was just going to blow up the betting points with simple show betting like this. And I'm telling you, I think doing this 2 times today, it would obliterate the tour. I don't think it would just, I mean, up until now, it's being won in very rational ways with rational scores. And right, no one's been playing games like this. But as we near the end, this sort of game would do it. So I admit that there's a part of me sitting here really debating. But at the moment, Chris, Sylvain, and other friends looking out for me, not yet. I don't know. We'll see.
All right, Oldy. Let's get out the Gulfstream. We're going to skip the Oaklawn race.
Okay, hold on one sec.
And we
I'm
got
not skipping the Oaklawn race, but all right.
we
So
got
where are we going?
Gulfstream at
Gulfstream.
350, Aqueduct at 356, and Fairgrounds, Santa Anita, both around 4 o'clock. So
Gulfstream really looks like a 2-horse race to me between the 7 and the 1 here. I just can't see anybody else here being able to compete with those 2 horses. The question just is, does the 1 get an easy lead? I mean, the 6 was a last out winner as a maiden. This is a huge step up for Clement. It is a Vekoma on the turf, but I prefer Vekoma's going longer in this case. Does have a big GSR, but you know, the 5 doesn't look like much to me. It looks more like what's synthetic. The long shot, there, another synthetic looking horse. But Gabaldon nearly won at Ascot and is coming back for D'Angelo. And then Turbulent Force, I think, is the class of this field, and it continues to work up a storm for George Weaver and gets Dylan Davis aboard.
there you go.
We can watch the race sim here. We can talk a little bit strategy here if you wanted to play the late pick 5. We may have a ticket for you here. Let's see how this actually came out. I think it added the 6 here when I did this. It did. But you could cut down a little more, just go 1-7 here, because you're not getting any value on the 6 anyways. If I were trying for a little bit of value, it might be on the 2 or the 3 here. Even though I don't think that they are looking for turf sprints here. But here, let's cut that down. It's an $80 ticket with the 2 as the single in race 8 here at Gulfstream. Horses has 8 wins, 1 last time out, keeps Sayas aboard, being better than this group at the same level, or similar to this group at the same level. And then it's spread. I do think you could get a price in the last. off at Oaklawn.
All right, you want to pivot over to Aqueduct, this maiden here?
Aqueduct. We also have a late pick 5 option for you there. The 6 is getting hammered though, which might be a sign that this horse is very live here.
Dropping down to maiden, well, no, still maiden special weight, going from Gulfstream up there to New York. Chad Brown, Manny Franco. As long as he doesn't jump off, he might be pretty live there. I didn't like this race at all. And I couldn't find anything into the next one either.
It looks like I just hit a $10 exacta at Oaklawn there with the 5, the top 2 E picks, the 5 and the 13 there.
Oldy, I like how your head pops in and out of visibility.
I don't know what's going on with my camera. I'm going to try to.
You're like in
adjust
Field of
here.
Dreams, just on the cusp of the cornfield. It's like you're
Yeah.
half in, you're half out. It's super weird.
There you are. Now we can see you.
All right, let's see if it stays that way or if it keeps. So that was a not bad $10 exacta, paying 20 to 1.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll take that.
Look, it could be worse. You could be one of these hosts that have to keep going like this every now and then to get the thing to focus. Yeah, Howard, if you're watching, I'm talking about you. It's too funny. I don't understand, but his camera keeps going out of focus. It's crazy.
Can somebody explain? We'll come back to Aqueduct in a minute. Can somebody explain to me, and I was not paying attention because otherwise I would have taken further advantage of this, how this 5 horse at 32% top pick went off at 4 to 1.
Yeah, because I'm playing Fairgrounds.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like,
Seriously,
how
all
did
it
this
takes
horse
is
go
a
off at
couple-
5 to 1?
That's a
this horse-
ridiculous price.
Ridiculous price on a horse that's beaten better than this group. The only question was whether the pace was going to be too hot. But the horse that was the favorite was going to be one of the ones up in the pace. It made no sense.
Jennifer, they were in the gate by the time we were going to get there. If you've got complaints with that stuff, talk to the tracks. Tell them to separate their races and don't run on top of everybody.
And also, Jennifer, my notes are available. If you're an E subscriber, all my notes at what they now call Oldy Lawn are there. So I clearly laid out the scenario for the 5 winning and the scenario for the 5 losing there. And then the 13 as the second pick as well.
They're off at Turfway. I opted for, at least for the time being, minimum show bets.
Hmm.
Yep.
But at Turfway, I don't think you can get me to put I'm not messing around there. So we'll see.
Now, what if I told you in the Jeff Ruby I like a 15 to 1 morning line horse?
I'd say
Would that shock you?
Let's pull out my cash account, and I'm happy to experiment that way, but I'm not playing a tournament on that.
All right, Matt, you're in second in the Fairgrounds
Yeah,
contest.
perfect. Like I said, first, second, third, fourth, does not matter. Just one of the top spots.
Yeah.
At the moment at Turfway, I'd like to see the 4 and 5 show, and I don't think one of them is. One should get there. I'm not sure about the other.
All right, 3 minutes to go at Gulfstream, and then we've got Aqueduct right after that. Fairgrounds coming up at 4 p.m. Eastern. Both Fairgrounds and Santa Anita going off on top of each other. So, Oldy, if you've got anything for Santa Anita in terms of early pick 5, now might be the time to go through that.
All right, give me a sec.
And speaking of races run on top of each other, you know, if you think that's just a oh, we're not paying attention kind of thing.
No, it's
That happened at the NHC final table. It was I don't want to get too dramatic about it, but as a strategist and someone who thinks very hard about the picking each race, to have two races go off on top of each other is completely insane. And it turns part of the competition into a pick and pray, essentially. So, right, it happens even on the biggest days. They just can't get their act together.
Well, and let me put it another way, too. It's not that they can't get their act together. It's certain tracks want a Bigfoot other tracks.
Mm-hmm.
Right. They don't want their act together. Right.
Right. And that they want to rain on their big day, so to speak, and capture as much of the funding and handle that day as they can.
All right, couple
They've
minutes.
Duncan in the house. All right, so you wanted me to look at Santa Anita early pick 5 as well.
Yep. And I'll let you
Leave my single in the cross country or coast to coast I gave out last night on the Coast to Coast show is not in this sequence. I was just 1-5 here. I think it's probably silly to use all these horses in this race. One at the 1-8 there, that's fine. 3 there. I mean, I don't know that this is, if you don't get a price in this first race, I don't know that this thing's going to pay. As I look at it, so 3, 1, 2. Yeah, but it would look like something like that.
Hey, there's a question in the chat. Who's Justin? I know he didn't do his show thing this morning.
So Justin is coaching baseball. He should be here. He thought he'd be here by race 6 at Fairgrounds, so he should be here any minute.
Cool.
And I, as somebody who traveled the country for my daughter's stuff, I am right there with him. He should be spending the time with his family and enjoying that time before that time it doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, look, Darren Zocali from over at Twin Spires was at the NHC for a while. I think he lasted all the way through the first chance, last chance, and then went home. He's coaching, I think, 3 different teams. If you follow him on Twitter, he's like a dream coach, a nice guy, but he does want the players to care. He posts stuff. He actually posts their plays on Twitter. I mean, they actually, for kids, they've really got their act together, and he's terrific. So, oh yeah, I fully support all that stuff. There will always be time for this later.
Yep. The horses, well, in most cases, the horses aren't going anywhere.
Famous last words for us.
Yes.
Arlington.
Or with the exception of crossing the finish line. Well, let's put it that way. But,
there's a fine line between winning and losing.
Yeah, I mean, I famously was broadcasting the NHC from a walk-in closet. I think I talked about this a lot at the NHC last year, from a walk-in closet in a historic old hotel in Grand Rapids, Michigan last year. And then I was doing the Oaks and the Derby coverage from our hotel in Disney for during Worlds for cheerleading Worlds. So, I found some time to do both, but, when it's easy when there's hair and makeup going on to not be involved in that as well for me, because the last thing you want is me making you look like a clown.
Yeah, you either have hair or makeup, but Justin will be here as soon as he gets done with baseball.
Maybe he just texted he'll be on shortly. So
okay.
His ears must have been ringing. He must have heard it. We know it's Fairgrounds big day. Woo. Justin wants to be here.
Arriving at the starting point.
I do
Last
think a
chance
lot
for
of
your
people are
wagers.
waiting
It's
for
Elite Pick
stakes
5.
races, which I don't understand. I mean, to me, a race is a race. Doesn't make a difference if it's the big race of the day. But
The horses
so
are
far,
at the
very
gate.
little action.
It's now post time.
If you have an
A
opinion,
field
play
of
your
7
opinion.
contest the issue in the Saturday feature race, the Texas Glitter Stakes.
All right, so who are we rooting for here?
7-1.
Force and Encanto. The
In that
first one to
order?
go forward. It's a
7-1.
1-7 would be
6
my
no evidence.
preference.
The race favorite is
Okay, so
outside.
just either one the
Gabaldon,
winner.
the Royal Ascot alumni.
Exact is paying 9,
2-1 Turbulent
1,
Force.
7.
1, 6,
8,
and 7. The key
7.
contenders here.
Yeah, let's take a picture of these odds and then wait 30 seconds.
Time remains to wager on the 5 over 257,000 and climbing.
Willie thinks the odds are going to stay the same. I'm just looking at our proposed odds for the morning line versus what they are. I think the 6 and the 1 are going to take money here.
Yeah, I was watching the 6 coming down, and my guess was that at the next splash, it was going to be less than 2 to 1.
Oldy, who's your single in the Santa Anita?
It's a 6 horse there. Golden Phoenix, who's in with a bunch of horses who have never won races as good as he is,
away in second, out sprinted today is Turbulent Force. Away in fourth,
with the exception of Easter, who hasn't won a race since 2023.
Who's ahead of only 2. They are I'm Honor Here and Moon Factor. To the far turn they go. Pretty easy lead for Gabaldon. And the gray is fleet of foot and 2 on top. Second is No Evidence out wide on the course.
3-2. Thank you very much.
That's a length back to Encanto, working 5 ahead of I'm Out of Here and way back to Moon Factor. They reach the top of the stretch. Quarter complete.
3-2 is what the morning line said it should be.
Stretch drive. Gabaldon has to hold off No Evidence.
And Gabaldon is going to lose.
3-2. This was predictable.
No Evidence surging to him and down the center. Encanto. Encanto's got a shot here. Here's Encanto down the center, getting up to win the Texas Glitter. Encanto and Jorge Ruiz ran down No Evidence. And
that's a bunch of CAW money that just got chewed up at the last second.
Yep.
One for the little guy.
You hate to see it, but also you love to see it.
They're betting on their own races.
Oh, yeah. Well, it depends which CAW.
Well, that's true. Well, we know that the Stronach people have their own.
For some reason, I just want to say my last album was the Stronach.
These races are just unbettable to me. Yeah, I do think the tote board movements are pretty predictable, but
I mean that's exactly what we thought based on the morning line was going to happen. We have Santa Anita race 1 coming up and Aqueduct race 6, and Justin
will be on here shortly.
He's right here. If we just got to add him.
He can add himself.
Wait for you guys. You guys are over here complaining about car money and all this drama.
who calls it that?
Car. The car.
Hey, they're just setting the market. And so I've always explained it. It's just like a market maker in a stock market. It's all they're doing. And they get a bunch of rebates.
How are things
going?
More
accurate than bike maker.
How is baseball?
It's good. I got practice in 3 hours. My youngest played this morning, Paxton. He did good. He had a couple walks, couple RBIs, closed it down at the end. He had 2 strikeouts and 14 pitches. It was pretty good.
All right.
Ost is here. It's good to see Ost. How's the day been?
Pretty good. We're off to a good start.
I'm sick. I've been sick since I got back.
Oh.
Talk to Chris Couples. Talk to, I don't know, if it feels like about a fifth of us. I managed to sidestep it this time.
So did I, man. I don't know how.
Well, I got bit by a
My
dog
my
today.
my
Yeah,
ear.
Chris
I
has
can't-
rabies,
my-
guys, so
my
watch
left-
out.
Yeah.
My left ear is plugged. I can't even hear. It's very annoying.
Huh?
It's so predictable.
We do that in my house. My kids do that.
So, and then you answer and you're like, oh my God, why did I answer?
It's my
Sylvan,
house
good
when
to
my
see
kids
you.
are home. It's just one big comedy act.
Yeah, except that in my house, it feels like just one bit of recycled material after the next, and they get real tired of it.
Off at Aqueduct.
Get that up here.
7 and the 4 look like they have a real chance against the 6, but we'll see as they turn for home.
More than Grace continues to battle on towards the inside, but it's back to second as Madam Opus has clearly taken the lead. And Madam Opus up the margin. Stone Cold Kelly.
Yeah, 6 is going to get it done. It looks like in this.
Stone Cold Kelly, or the Grace is back to third. It's Madam Opus who's in front. Stone Cold Kelly still trying to run this rival down. Madam Opus will do enough. It's Madam Opus to win it. Then came Stone Cold Kelly. That's money and luck for you. Finish fourth. They won at 40.61.
All right, Justin, you got a minute till Fairgrounds. There's a $100,000 Crescent City Derby.
I know. I didn't get a chance to. I didn't get a chance to do it. I literally just walked in the door. I played the early pick 5 and I missed, but I played my ticket back in the pick 4 and I paid like $500 or $600 or something. I don't know, but Oldy, you talk about it. They have great racing today. I mean, it's probably the best card I'll meet, or definitely like top 3.
All right, Willie, in the comments, I need to bet a show bet here. Who do you like?
I like the 4, Matt. For my,
I'm listening to Willie. He's paying attention. I see him in the comments, and I'm looking for show bet. It could be one horse, it could be 2, but
so you're saying that
wins
you're
the break.
saying
Dirty words along the inside as
you're
close
saying I'm
as
not
is,
paying
coming
attention.
in a little hot. Who will settle down in third?
well, you're saying that.
I'm not saying that. I didn't say that once. That didn't come out of my mouth once. I've handicapped this whole meet, Matt.
Oh, I believe it. All right, Willie gave me the 5. Hopefully you approve of that, Justin. You okay with the 5? He can't hear me.
Huh?
No, you're fine. Yeah, the 5's fine.
5, fine. Okay, good. Thank you. All right, I'm on it. Thank you.
You know, I have a cheapo pick 6 on the screen here with 3 singles, 10. The
That group is followed by Jumper Cables in 4th. Missile Cruiser is down at the.
What happened?
Showing its pick 6.
yeah, cheapo pick 6 there.
There you go.
Little hot rides the rail in 3rd. Only 3 lengths off the pace. Is coming in a little hot. Who takes 2nd in front of Dirty Words now. In behind them, Missile Cruiser and Jumper Cables, top of the stretch. The gray, Smiling Tizzy, the one to catch, has a 2-length lead. Coming in a little hot, had a good trip. And on the outside,
One of your favorite horses is running today too, Justin. Spare to St. Louis.
I saw.
Good chance.
Looks very tough.
Coming in a little hot, has something in reserve. Maintains a length lead. And coming in a little hot, wins it by a length. Cruiser 2nd. Smiling Tizzy 3rd. Then Flexible Turn.
And coming back. Boss of all bosses, Science, won the opener and one more. Those who were coming with EquinEdge Haggard was last out maiden winner here at the Fairgrounds. Start of a stakes pick 6 on a big day of the meet. They're in the game. And they're on. And the Crescent City Derby. A Million Moons sharply away with same flag. There's majority opinion going for early bid. Classic time of the Black Cap. Acknowledges fight there. Boss of all bosses 5 wide and EquinEdge Haggard is 6 wide for post 14 as these 3 rolls charge around the first turn. It's a Million Moons. So the early here for Ben Curtis and leads at 59 to 1 odds to the back of the track from a keen majority opinion, who's right there with a million moons. Acknowledge is well placed there. Acknowledge running in third, classic time is fourth. Devereux starts a bid from fifth. Boss of all bosses is out deep on the track from sixth. Boss of all bosses has the gold dots and the black sleeves, but is covering a lot of ground. Saving ground is sipping on gin in the Wildcat Blue behind the Sucklebores. Then see play with Cage. We come back then to a passive nobody with wicked ass Hankert. Real Thrill is running in 13th, and he's led again as last to 14. 23.86 with Lee Park. Half mile, 47.42. A Billion Moons. So long odds leader to 3 furlongs from home. It's a Billion Moons as majority opinion. Also at a big price is now level for Emmanuel Nieves. A Billion Moons in the purple cap and majority opinion. And they take this confrontation. The Crescent City Derby to the top of the stretch. Right there, sipping on chin. Hey, Jude getting a nice run through the inside. Knowledge is roundabout in 6th or 7th.
Slip through, force through. Get up the rail. Get up the rail.
Through.
Get up the rail.
Bold stroke by Concepcion. 1 furlong to go.
7, fine. Come on, 4, get up.
He's late again. Who was last on the back of the track? Laurel Giroux. He's late again.
Get there. Oh, 4.
Yeah, that's 4. That's 4.
That was a little too close, Justin. 57 to 1 on that.
Yeah.
7.
I saw the 7 coming. 4, I think 4 got there and held on though.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Axel was super patient there and just slid right up the rail. That was amazing.
It's a long shot at 9 to 2. Very square price there.
Yeah.
But that 7 should not have been 57 to 1. I don't know if you looked at. I mean, this was not that big of a step in class. It was actually stepping down from its previous race.
Yeah, ran a big race. The 5 was going to get way over bet. That was to be expected.
My 9, Cajun Matoli didn't run at all there. And didn't get bad either. It was 10 to 1.
The 5 wasn't so good either. Was that your show bet, Matt?
It was.
Wasn't the $2,500 show bet though, was it?
Just 20.
Okay. All right. Oldie.
4. Oldy for the 4-1.
All right.
Sipping on gin.
Oaklawn.
That's a nice horse. Sipping on gin had a good meet. 1, 3, or 4.
Oaklawn. This was the race that's kind of not attached to anything. I guess it's middle pick 4. I will tell you, I thought the 1 in the next was a single accelerating. So based on that, you could spread a little bit here and still have a reasonable cost on your ticket. Something like that. You're going to end up being about $50, $60 for a pick 4. And there are enough prices here later that this could pay. At Oaklawn. The lawn of the oak. But I thought the 2 potentially, if you're looking for a double here, Matt, the 2 into the 1.
I am stuck in tournament mode, show bets, until I get an inkling to do something insane, and then I'll need some help being talked out of it.
The 2 into the 1's paying 14 to 1 right now.
That's pretty solid.
Yeah.
We might have to take a little bit of that. Along with the pick 4 here.
The problem is the 2 into the 4 is paying 12. And the 8 to the 1 is paying 8. but there's only $2,800 in the double pool. That's a problem too.
This is what I've been complaining about
That's
for
the end of that.
forever at Oaklawn. The reason people struggle at Oaklawn is they see horses like this 8-horse who never wins because it has no early speed at all. And it's too far back, and there's no pace duel here. So let whoever wants to spend that double money on the 8 do that. I'll take horses that have run styles that win at Oaklawn.
Well, the top pick at Oaklawn here, Oldie, is currently at 9-2, the 5-horse.
Yes, but I'll point out when the EE second pick and top win percentage match that they win just as often, if not more, than the top pick. And the top pick's only 9% on the win line, but could win. I mean, again, another similar run style to Creative Minister. You're just getting a better price on the 5. If you were looking to cut, I mean, the 6 is going to be in better position than either of those horses, but probably isn't good enough. You know, it's the 2, the 1, the 5, and the 8 are the ones with the class here. And the synthetic, the 7's really done its best running on synthetic. The 4 is class compromised.
I know I'm no fun here, but do we really want to be betting this race with all the big races coming up? I mean, it's just, it's just something to think about.
You literally just said you shouldn't pass up.
He's got you there.
I'm just saying, I mean, this looks awfully tough. I would imagine most people on the bigger races have opinions. So I'm not saying if you have an opinion, pass here, but otherwise, I don't know. My guess is most watchers and listeners have a Louisiana Derby pick. They've got a whatever pick. I agree you don't have to play those races because they're big races, but if those are your higher opinion races, it feels like we're just kind of forcing it with some of these.
Yeah,
So I don't
a fair statement.
necessarily think that we're forcing it because, again, if we're right, Oaklawn will pay.
Well, I think you just said
And probably pay more than the Louisiana Derby.
It was $2,600. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that.
Show bet it on Sierra Leone.
No. I mean, I'm saying at Oaklawn, I think one of you guys just said that the double pool had $2,600 in it. So, and my point is, I'm not sure. I mean, people betting meaningful units, that's a serious problem.
Well, we're up to 3,900 now.
I got 46. All right, it's getting better.
Yeah.
All right. So, what was the combo we were looking at?
And you have what in that pool? Okay, I guess it is a pretty low pool. Yeah.
2-1 is currently paying 6-1.
And 1-1's paying 11-1.
Okay, I'll do those, but I won't go too crazy. So I'm not ruining anything for anybody else.
Yeah, and I'll slim out and I'll just go 1-2 here.
You can drop the 1. You don't need the 1.
Okay.
Because there's an anchor aboard.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I wrote that in the notes yesterday and I forgot to write it today. Like, if I go back to yesterday's notes, you'll find a Julian note about anchors away. Here. He was on a favorite somewhere towards the end of the card. And I'm trying to remember, or maybe it's scratched out. Here. No. You know me, I'm going to search for this because it's going to bother me, but you know, I just don't see the pace for somebody like Creative Minister to run into here. But we'll watch the race, Sam.
All right, I'm gonna go see what's going on with front here.
With what?
Some kids screaming up.
Chris is like his neighborhood enforcer. So he goes out and cleans things up.
He's the RoboCop of his neighborhood.
He totally is. All right, so with him gone, what's going on with this turn? All right, the Turfway race is going off in a minute. I took 3 horses for $7 show bets a piece, totally wussed out, just trying to collect $15 back.
Justin, how did baseball go today? You're muted. Oh, you're eating. That's why.
I was eating lunch. Sorry. No, it's good. We have practice here in like 3 hours. So the team I coach at practice, Paxton's team, I'm like the VP of the level, so I got to like keep the peace. And Paxton has a great coach. His head coach knows baseball, and then second coach coaches the high school basketball team and played baseball really good. So he's lucky. He had a couple of walks, a couple of RBIs, and then struck out 2 kids in the bottom of the last inning. Only threw 14 pitches. Yeah, at his level, it's just you just can't walk kids, you know. But he pitched great. It was good to see him. It was their first game.
Was this a house league or a travel team?
10-year-old Little League.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's just Little League here. Little League here is big. Baseball's big here. It used to be a lot bigger. It's still big, but it was cold, though. I mean, luckily it didn't rain. We've had a lot of rain lately. It's just been kind of like nonstop. Oh, man. That early Fairgrounds card was crazy, Oldie, because all those freaking main special weights.
Oh, but your note on the 4-horse in the race 1 got my day going pretty good.
Yeah, that I wish I would have. I couldn't quite get the I'm glad I hit the pick 4. I should have hit the pick 5. I should have singled the 1 in race in like 4. That was my original single, and I got off it. But yeah, that was Louis on the front end there. Did he go to the lead? I didn't even get to watch the race.
Yep.
Is that what he did? Yeah,
Yep,
that's
Gate
Louis. Yeah, that's a good one.
And the horse actually stumbled coming out of the gate too. But
wow.
But they only went like 50-1 for the half.
Yeah.
Fastball,
Scott. He just threw a fastball.
Right behind them, about 3 back, running the 4th spot, passing Creative Minister. Double barrel, he's down on the inside, scraping paint. Gap of another 4. And Mendelssohn's march the back with Laurel. They will attempt to do their best running later, but they have a fast and contentious tempo to chase here. 3 across as they approach the backstretch run. Near the big long shot at 30-1 is ahead in front of Interlock Empire. And Gatekeeper who backs away in 30.
They're trying to make Creative Minister have a chance here.
Sammy Camacho Jr. Gap of 5 back. Tamira's Boy racing alone. He's 2.5 clear of double barrel. Now a little more off the rail. And comes Creative Minister. Mendelssohn's marches stablemate right behind him.
No reason to ever run that fast in a opening
clear. Went quick. The half
at a mile and a 16th.
That speedy tempo as they go into the turn. Lear's still there.
Yeah, here come that 8-horse.
Is a half length back.
Green setup for that horse.
1 3rd attempts to re-rally as they round the turn. Here comes Creative Minister with a run. Creative Minister is coming. So is Myers Boy on the rail. Interlock Empire is giving way after the fast pace. The early leaders are being scored by the closers. Let's see who has the best pick here as they come down the lane.
Look at the 5 coming.
2's done.
Wait, that horse.
7's going to win the race.
Yeah, that horse is game.
7's going to blow up the board here.
Well, I think the 8 might get there.
Nope.
Side with a narrow edge.
Yep.
Oh.
Last spot.
Reed Minister Eskimo over Linus Boy and Keith Asmussen. Nicholson's march third across the line, and then Carolo Rapido.
I'm glad I slimmed down that pick. That pick 4, because I was definitely wrong there.
The 2 shit the bed completely.
Oh, the crazy pace run by those 3 horses kind of caused that.
All right, Gulfstream, Oldy.
Gulfstream. I like the 2 Founders Day here. Top pick, top win percentage. SOR makes sense.
Steven is Budhu. Budhu.
Even as Budhu. I feel like the old Yahoo commercials where they were saying hoo hoo, but you do that for Steve Budd. Hoo hoo. Anyone? Hello, McFly, is this thing on?
Yep.
7% trainer.
Yep. But it's a synthetic race. 5 needs the lead. 9 needs the lead. 6 might be a little bit tactical, but is moving up in class. But you're getting a fair price on that 6. It might be a 2-6 exacta here.
Three money bags in the race.
Yeah, but are you going to take the horse that got claimed off Safi and then didn't run a lick after? I mean, that's one of them. The 9 horse. Horse. There's something being punched in the background.
It sounds like somebody's playing solitaire.
Or the horse. If the 9 horse was still with Safi, it would be 3 to 5 here. But maybe this 5 doesn't get the lead. And then stops here. And you get the 9 to 5 out of the exacta or your win place show situation here.
Tournament leaderboard is showing virtually no movement.
Yeah, Chris, Willie, I think it's Chris. Willie's asking what that sound is. They can hear your mouse.
My mouse. I'm using a trackpad.
Wow. Well, isn't it? Who's doing all the clicking? It wasn't you, Matt, was it? No,
nope,
it's not.
Yeah.
Well, we can hear whatever's going. That's what it was, Willie. Chris was doing something with his trackpad.
Trackpad, I'm doing it right now. See, I'm moving my mouse.
No, it doesn't sound. We don't hear it anymore. All we heard was a bunch of moving and clicking.
That's the term.
This race is brutal. So I would agree with Chris Couples.
Going in the gate.
5 American, of course.
Hard pass.
Now Chaina getting ready. She just
won. For sure.
So did Founders.
Willie said, "Please stop."
Noble Dreamer getting started now. She's a 6-1 chance. The last 2 up, Fair Hope Curly.
Lover the Noble Dreamer and me.
Fairhope, Curly, Edwin Gonzalez to the outside. 5 furlongs the journey, starting leg of a late pick 4 offering. They're in the gate. And they're off. Awful beginning for Noble Dreamer. Excellent beginning for Chaina, who heads off for the early lead. American, of course, is going to run with her early. From the far outside, Fairhope Curly joins the top flight. Down at the inside, it's Founders Day. She's racing together with Sonnet's Name. And after a blown start, the trailer is Noble Dreamer. Past the half mile and moving to the far turn. Almost 3 in line here. From the inside, it's American, of course. In the middle, Chaina, 3 wide, Fairhope Curly. They've gone 4 ahead of Founders Day, who's racing in 4th. A length in front of Sonnet's Name and Noble Dreamers at the back. They absolutely drilled the quarter, 21-1. They couldn't be going any quicker early. And from between horses, Chaina takes command right on her outside as Fairhope Curly. Founders Day is tripped out pretty well. That's all for American, of course. Trying to wind it up from the back is Noble Dreamer. They're an 1/8 of a mile from home. And Chaina, she still has a clean pair of heels. She's 4 lengths in front. Founders Day is trying to get into second from the outside, Noble Dreamer. But to the wire, it's Chaina, 3-1 winner. Chaina's sharpened victory. She'll win by 4 in the end.
You were right with the exact, Oldy.
Dreamer in 56-3.
Finished third.
Huh?
Finished third.
Who?
I'm asking who did.
I think the 7.
Didn't see it. What?
I think the 7. I think it was 6-2 on at the wire, and then I think
Nice.
the 7 finished third. That's not bad. 14-1. I got a little piece of that. 6-2-7.
6-2-7. Nice. All right. Aqueduct.
The duct.
The duck to the duck to the duck, duck, duck. If you want to play pick 4 here or cheapie, here's a $35 one. I have virtually no opinion on this race.
Hey, Willie, you want to hear my bell?
No, that's hurting my ears.
Yeah.
Why would he want that?
Just think it's like Christmas. You go to the store, get that annoying guy out there with the red kettle, ringing the bell all damn day.
Yeah, I want to strangle those guys. I can't stand that.
This is Oldy. What'd you use in the first leg here?
More than
Yeah,
I should have. I should have
used a bunch. Look at the 3 horse. I mean,
it's 24% for Linda. I mean, and Justin, I meant to tell you, I found out that if you punch in your Fairgrounds horses into the Oaklawn site, if there's works, it'll find them and show you when they're running at Fairgrounds too. It's not just Oaklawn.
Oh, that's good to know. Okay. Even though it's only one more day, but it can look tomorrow.
A little late. But it also shows Turfway. I'm assuming it'll have Keeneland when that comes up. In church.
Yeah, I like at Keeneland they have the In Today report. That thing's money. It doesn't have a lot of horses, but if you can find that and align with the picks and win percent, those horses hit really well. Where'd you single, or would you $35?
$35. I'm singled to the 1 horse in race 9, whose name I'm not going to Harry carry the name here and try to say the name of the 1 horse here. Was a Linda Rice claim by Ness, second off the
Liberté
off
de
the
Bayou.
playoff.
And I don't speak French. I don't think that was too tough.
Okay.
I'm also probably dead wrong.
It probably is right.
And then we're out to Fairgrounds after this for race 8.
Solomeo goes in. All set.
Which I thought might be the most wide open race on the late part of the card.
The start there for Monte It was a very awkward beginning for So Spirited, broken a tangle and then had to check is at the back end of the field. 3 across the racetrack. Monte Albi down towards the inside, has early speed. Perfect Shepherd is in between horses, now emerges with the front.
German Shepherd.
Solo Mio, it's these 3 across the racetrack. Just behind them, Goodbye. It's a close-up fourth. Now moving forward as Tarpaulin is in the pink cap, is now taking the 5th spot. It's to the outside here of 9 and 4. Big gap, 8 lengths. Back to Call Me Calvin is having trouble.
One's
keeping
got the anchor out.
and far back, So Spirited with waiting for a 22 and 4 for the opening quarter
Come
mile.
on, 9.
Goodbye is ready to challenge. Dropping out of it was Perfect Shepherd, starts to lose ground.
Oh, don't hang.
3 wide run from Tarpaulin. Tarpaulin is on the move, is to the outside of Goodbye, who's encouraged to keep that advantage as they approach a quarter mile left to go. 9 and 4 is right in behind that group. They're 3 across the racetrack. They reach the top of the stretch. Tarpaulin is in front, and Tarpaulin now sprints for home. Down towards the inside is Solomio.
Goodbye.
To drop out of it.
To the 9.
Wandering around. Tarpaulin just keeps on going inside the final furlong and is opening up this margin. It's Tarpaulin striding away. Tarpaulin is the 16th left to go.
Is that the thing they put on the turf course
The Tarpaulin.
during the winter? The tarpaulin?
It's going to be 7, 9 and 4. And Monte Albi rallies to get 4th. And 1 and 20.
I think it is. All right, Oldie, Justin, out to Fairgrounds.
Yes, and if you played that mid-pick 5 too, that's paying pretty nicely at Fairgrounds.
Yeah, the card was amazing. They did a great job. What race is this? 8 or 9?
8.
8.
The Ocho.
Fonny is 4-1. Fun with Flags got bet down to 5-2. Way to be Marie, 9-2. Eastern Express outside, and there's a couple on the Jesus, 2 more at 4-1 on the outside. So this looks pretty competitive.
Yeah, I thought this race was pretty wide open. On the weekend preview show, this is the Tom Benson Memorial. I had the 9 as my top pick here. Distorted Del Oro. He's currently sitting at 12-1.
Nobody liked that last night on the coaching class. Everybody hated it.
What are you talking about?
Oldie's top pick was the 9 on the coaching class last night. Everybody hated it.
Why?
Yeah, I mean,
Why? Because they don't think the horse is going to go get to wire.
horse dominated the lead.
I don't think it's not going to have to go gate to wire. The 2's cheap speed. The 9's not going to get the lead probably.
The 9's just going to sit right there and take over
gonna
when the
get
2
first
stops.
jump. Yeah, that's the play of the 9. I agree, Oldie. I think the 9 has a shot to do that because the 2 has no shot. The value on the 9's insane. Like, I mean, that horse could easily win or hold on. I thought the 4 was gonna. I like Tufani here. I mean, Ben Curtis ride for Stidham. I mean, this is a great race, and but second off the layoff, that was a 72 SOR last out in the Stall Memorial. I mean, it now gets. I mean, you're gonna have that cheap speed up front. I mean, this horse probably sit a good trip, I would guess. Ben Curtis had a good meet and he rides really well on the turf. So but Oldie, I could see your 9. Fun with Flags. Chad Brown horse. Flavian rides also has a shot. Obviously taking money.
2-1.
Yeah, and I think Scotty was on the 3 Way to Be Marie, but I don't remember for certain.
No, I talked to him. Scotty liked the 4 as well. I talked to him this morning. This is, I don't know. I like Tufani quite a bit, Oldie. But I also the 9 is a big look at a price. I mean, that horse I think will run a good race.
Well, one thing I will also let everyone know is at Fairgrounds right now is click on the win percentages and whatnot. Fairgrounds, the win percentage, top win percentage is sitting at 50%.
Yeah, that's the 4.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's not the 9.
Well, you got top win percentage last race, and you got almost, what was that there?
I missed the
You got
daily double. I
$11 on the 4 there. Yeah, we should have had a 4-4 double in there.
No,
That was a mistake.
I tried to put it in, only I ran out of time.
Paying almost 26 to 1.
Yeah, it would have been a good one.
Well, it looks like in the pick 4, Fun with Flags and the 4 are paying the same. See, let me pull this up where everybody can see it.
Yeah, it's hard to read your screen.
I don't know if it'll let me enlarge this.
If I go
See
full,
that now?
full screen, it's okay. I just can't do full screen when we're doing this because I got 2 other screens to follow.
So Tefani and Fun with Flags are the same price. Way to be Marie actually is where all the money is in the pick 4.
Yeah, Scott. Tweet out to CDI and ask them. Because they told us, don't call us, we'll call you.
Yeah, so tell them we're waiting by the phone. The operators are standing by to take your phone call.
Yeah.
Someday they'll come calling.
Memorial Stakes. Vivian Pratt with Fun with Flags.
Only one more day down there tomorrow.
First to go to the starting gate here. The Tom Benson Memorial Stakes. Starts at All Stakes.
St. John's.
You're off to South Florida for Gulfstream, right?
Yeah. It's going to be amazing.
Feels like
Classic Reformer, Mitchell.
feels like we should give out a giveaway here. One of the things we brought back.
Coming up.
I'm still missing one address from somebody on
With Way to be Marie.
on shipping, who got the tragic kiln accident part right.
I'll give 10 seconds to the first person who can tell me who this name is raced after. It's Tom Benson. Who was he?
That's so easy.
Yeah, 10 seconds.
First governor of Louisiana.
No, 5 seconds. Own
There we
sakes.
go.
There you
Wiz got it.
go. Wiz.
Tom Benson, Memorial State. Nice line. And classic performer sharply away for.
As we thought, 2 breaks to the lead.
Classic performer.
Send me an email. Please allow 4 to 6 weeks for delivery.
Free shipping in hand.
Way to be Marie to flying follows her, strikingly spun a bit keen.
No CODs.
The inside part of the course needs the settle.
They still do CODs?
I have no idea. I can't believe that was ever a thing. I can't believe
Yeah,
Can you imagine giving cash to the UPS driver?
everything would be a scam. I can't imagine it. It would be so ridiculous today.
it would be awesome.
Who's running in third as they try to close in on classic performer, who takes them to the opening quarter and goes past the half-mile pole in front by 2, followed by Fun with Flag to sort of go Sturkey, who's up to the inside. Way to be Marine holds the rail and the burgundy cap. 2 finding spot 6 for the front. Strikingly spun. It's a behind horses held up there. The trailers Eastern Empress, Hamilton Spirit.
Burgundy, that's an unrated color.
22 seconds. They
Underrated or unrated?
Classic performer links them toward the top of the stretch. Fun with Flag staying close. Classic performer as these Phillies Bears.
She's still winning.
For the quarter
Come on,
ball.
2.
Classic performer.
Come on,
No,
2.
the 4, Oldie, 4.
2.
Come on,
4.
4. Get up, 4. You're
Who's along the rail?
inside. Yeah, that horse is at the 3 or the 10. Come on, 4. It's a 3. That's a good ride on the rail. Who was that? Florent Giroux. Way to be Marie. Wow.
Well, the smart money was there.
Yeah, it came late. That it did, Oldie. It came super late. Went off as the favorite at 2 to 1. Wow. That's a good ride. Saved ground. Came up the rail.
All right. Oaklawn Park, Oldie.
That was Scotty's pick, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. He beat me there. The one accelerating, I thought was a single. Working with Gulfport, for its return, who have multiple stakes winning, older horse, and was working very well with Gulfport. Won at Saratoga, is coming back here. You're getting 2-1, which I think is a more than square price. And to me, it was really 1, 4, 6 were your contenders in this race.
Oldy, did you get an email from David for the Animal House trivia question?
Let me check right now. I received 2. One was Flatterer, and the other one was David. Yes, so I'm missing a third.
Yeah,
I'll have to go back and look, and I'll give the name out if I don't have it in time. I'm hoping Monday, one way or the another, at least those 2 plus your stuff and Derek's will leave on Monday, because I already know my work schedule and I'll have the time to do it.
Right on. It's cash on delivery, man. David, make sure you have $6.62 for shipping and
I mean,
handling.
it really, when you say it out loud,
You're home.
it really sounds crazy. And then you think about it and it's even more nuts.
I'm not giving you money. What? Who are you?
I mean, not quite as crazy as making a collect call from a payphone.
You can still do cash on delivery through the post office. Oh, we should do that and make it like
My thoughts on the post office are kind of colored by Newman from Seinfeld.
$3.84.
All right, contest update. Still minimal movement. I think this one feels like a turf race. I just think like everyone's going to go nuts at the end, which is not how these have been going. But no one's doing much of anything. And I'm treading water just fine with these little show bets.
Little show bets. That sounds like the name of like a good jazz swingers band. Little show bets.
Little show bets.
Matt and the Little Show Bets.
That could be the name of his handicap in the charity handicapping tournament.
Are you going to do one of those?
Show bets.
Say that again?
A charity handicapping tournament? That seems right up your alley.
In a heartbeat. I would participate in anything in a heartbeat.
I've been talking to Scotty about Team Matt versus Team Scotty, but we'd have to figure out what the charity would be and how to raise money and everything.
How much more weight is Matt going to have to carry?
Look, it wasn't a year ago. I was carrying 60 pounds more than I am today. So I can carry a fair amount more weight. Yeah, I'll take you guys on. No problem. Anytime. We'll set it up. I would, in a heartbeat, that would be super fun.
Well, like I said, we talked last night. We're going to try and set up a poker thing one night next week, do a tournament on Club WPT and just have some fun.
Yeah, I'm just not going to pay for the counseling you're going to need afterwards.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I'll use your money to pay for that.
Ask Howard what it's like playing poker with me. It is one of the most maddening experiences of your life.
I can't wait.
The table talk is out of control. You don't know.
We'll all be on Zoom, and then we'll be just playing online. It'll be great.
Wiz Motorsports, I did that race. It was a 10K in Vegas on the Strip about 3 weeks ago with Beth. We both did it successfully, and I retired on the spot. So if a different family member asks me to get into it again, I will, and I'm in decent enough shape that I think I can. But when it's 30 degrees in Chicago, being a runner just sucks. So I've hung it up for a while.
So you're saying like 40% of the year in Chicago? Could be, depending on the day.
Absolutely. It's unbelievable when you think about how few days we have that are actually nice. It's just that,
Yeah.
the meet, whatever your definition is, it's probably less than half.
I definitely agree. It's more than it used to be, though.
And thank you, Wiz. And for anyone debating doing that, by the way, that run was spectacular fun. They send you up they close the strip down. They shoot you all the way up to the Welcome to Vegas sign. And then when you come back, you're looking at the lit up strip, and you just kind of forget that running sucks and is miserable and that you're tired and you want to be done. And you're just looking at all this cool stuff in this cool environment. It's the most stimulation you're going to get mentally running. And so, yeah, I would definitely recommend it.
It's a good thing you added the running part of the stimulation, because I can tell you there's a lot more other stimulation stuff there in Vegas that doesn't involve running.
Any movement at all, right?
Yeah. I can tell you back in the day,
Back in my day.
late 20s, early, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. This is before downtown is what it is now. We just go down there and put a little piece of paper on our tongue and just sit there and watch the lights for 12 hours. That was a lot of fun.
I did check out Circa for the first time, and that place was pretty wicked cool. I've never really been much of a downtown Vegas guy, but I really like that.
Is that the place with the pool with the big giant screen?
Yes, and we didn't even get to see that. And I've seen the videos and pictures since, and it's just completely off the hook. You can't believe it's real. It's totally cool. But my sense, and I'm not trying to be negative, is that that's more a guy's trip than me and Beth going to Vegas. Like I think she still wants the strip and the nicer restaurants and all that kind of stuff. The downtown feel is a different feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, my wife's the same way. She really only wants to stay at the Venetian. And she wants the fun.
Caesars is nice. All those I think we care more about just general central location on the strip, to be honest.
And it's about the shows and the fine dining and the shopping for them. My daughter, too, she was mad I didn't take her because she wanted to shop.
So we have a horse at Turfway that just fell to 1-5.
Ooh.
The 9th at Turfway, the Animal Kingdom.
And now 4-5. So something real weird is going on there.
This 4-horse?
And I don't want anything to do with this. I was about to put down a stupid show bet and say, ha, 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 fun. But these odds are jumping around quite a bit now.
Well,
yeah, the 4-horse just got
the 2 and 6 look like they're hooking up on the front end.
Oh, and he jumped back to even run. So someone was playing some serious games there. That is some serious bullshit. The horse is back to even money.
Wait, they bet it and took it back, Matt?
Meanwhile, they have to try to catch a Ravelli on the front end.
I can give you all kinds of theories on what happens and why, but and by the way, I know the race is going on. All of those changes were happening after the race had started.
And the 4 is going to finish out of the money. Finish 4th.
God, I didn't get tempted there. I think I just had 10 to shove on the 4 and 10 on the 7.
So I haven't been watching Turfway, but I turn it on there, and there's a girl in the infield taking pictures, but she's like in a dress, and it looks all sunny. Is it like 70 degrees in Florence, Kentucky all of a sudden? Look, that girl looked like she had shorts on.
Is it shorts or a skirt? That might be a skirt.
Well, but you know what I mean. Like she has a skirt on, but it must be
someone dressed comfortably. I see what you're looking at. That is not someone freezing right now. It looks pretty decent.
No, yeah. I know the weather just because they've had a although the assistant starters have jackets on.
I was just going to say, look at all the other people, what they're wearing, and they're dressed a little warmer.
It
must be nice. It does look nice. Oh,
on the weather
55.
widget.
Yeah.
So maybe she just won't let practicality take precedence over fashion.
Chris Couples loves a horse. That's a good thing for us. So does the public, Mr. Couples. That horse bet down to 3-1.
Seven, morning line, top pick, morning line angle, speed, moving up in class after breaking maiden, sharp works was my note on it.
Sounds like a good one.
I did not like the 6 here, I think, who was the Dutro horse, who was coming off a layoff, and I think might need a race because Dutro's usually not great off layoffs. And this is the other Dutro, not Rick. Tony's going to do it again.
Wait, there's more than one Dutro?
Yeah, it's his brother.
Yeah.
I didn't even know the first Dutro until you guys educated me about him, and now you're telling me there's another Dutro.
Yeah, there's two. There's
I
the
did
Dutro
not-
that got suspended, and then there's the brother.
Wait, but so I didn't even really know about this Dutro suspension guy until he came back and you guys informed me about him. But I never even knew about his brother. Is his brother like a new trainer?
No, he's been around a long time.
Yeah.
Oh, I learned something
Nine's
new
got a big look,
every
I
day.
think,
Oh yeah, I think this one's going to get burned at Oaklawn.
We will see if accelerating. I just think that horse may be able to rate based on what I saw with the workout with Gulfport, by the way, because it was working on the outside of Gulfport.
So St. John's about to lose this game if they don't get their act together.
So they had I had them losing that.
I
just didn't have them losing to Arkansas. I had them losing to Kansas because their Ken Palm profile had them as a great defensive team, but they really struggle to put the ball in the basket.
They're coming back though. They're only down by 6 with 9 minutes. They'll make that 8. It's a good game.
All right, good show prices at Turfway.
All right, they're off at Gulfstream at Oaklawn.
Between the two favorites, Battleship of the Great and Long Shot as ahead in front of Kimchi Cat and accelerating in a tight spot there, tried to move forward, man, to tap on the brakes.
Yep.
Battleshipper in the leader by a neck from Kimchi Cat. Old second.
Telling you, the horse can rate.
So she's keen to
You
get
can rate. It got shuffled back.
Accelerating with
That's not rating when you get shuffled back. The horse is done. Donezo.
We'll see.
Chris, be nice to Oldy.
He wasn't trying to rate.
I didn't say he was trying to rate. Right now, everybody's across the track.
Except the one.
You may prove right here. Looks like
second to last to last.
Kimchi Cat is playing for the final furlong and opens up the lead now. Kimchi Cat waving goodbye to the competition. 4 lengths clear coming to the finish. Kimchi Cat, Raphael Bejarano, the champions of the Purple Martin Stakes. Kentucky Smoke Show.
Okay, finish last.
Okay, did finish last, so can't rate.
Oh my gosh, you guys are killing me.
You guys should keep track during these shows of the 2 collective minutes that you know are the funniest.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it would be hard to go back and collect them, but like, that was a pretty funny 30 seconds in there.
It was. He's trying. Let's see if he can rate. He got shuffled back. Okay. Gulfstream. What do we like here, Oldy?
Gulfstream, we like.
Chris Couples like the
Chris
7.
Couples likes the 7. 7, 12, 9 is what I would play as an exacta here.
7 what?
7, 12, 9.
Exacta?
Sure, you can play it as a try if you want, but
Yeah, I'm not playing any of that.
The horses are at the gate. It's now post
10-1 to 5-2,
Moving in the
huh?
line now for the first leg of a late
With
pick
7-2 on
first leg
the
of
morning
first
line, though,
racing
so
coast to coast pick
not
5.
unexpected.
I think Joe Bravo could do some damage here. And not finish last.
In the line goes Goa, Love Her Lots, and Midnight Concerto, the last two out of line.
What is
Midnight
that sound?
Concerto.
That's
Like a motorcycle.
It's a nice
Ready
spring
now for
finish.
the first racing coast to coast pick 5.
It's a truck doing too
They're
fast
off.
down the street.
Great start for Without Cause, who's headed out for some forward position. Blitz is moving through at the inside, and Joyful Lass. She'll land third in the early stages here with Vino Rouge.
That also reminds me of Ditka.
North End Lady is at her inside, 2 back to the rail, and Biloxi
Well, that's
Blues.
good with the
On
rail
right
out.
side,
The
it's
7
Great
just
Love Her
said,
Lots,
see
who's
ya.
about 5 lengths behind. Then it's Awesome Spirit Gal.
Just
and
get
Goa
loose
works
and
on
say
her
easy
outside.
fraction.
2 at the back include Midnight.
When was the last time the rail was at
Ground
0
saving
at
escape
Gulfstream?
room. Around the first turn they go.
Earlier this
Without
week.
Cause settles in on a nice
Maybe
rhythm
back
up
at
front, leads by almost
Pegasus,
a length.
maybe.
Joyful Lass is second, Blitz is third.
Oh, for real, earlier
The
this
outside,
week.
Vino Rouge is now fourth, tucked in fifth is North
Yeah,
End
that
Lady,
makes sense.
and Love Her Lots and Biloxi Blues. A gap of another 2.5 to Midnight Concerto, who races outside of Awesome
Pretty
Spirit
quick.
Gal.
3 not
Lingering at the
letting
back of the
7
field,
get
the 2
easy
trailers are
lead.
Goa and Escape Room. They head to the half-mile point. The opening half clocked in 46-4 after a 23-2 opening quarter. Joyful Lass going up to Badger Without Cause. These two about a neck apart. Out the inside, Blitz is now third. Vino Rouge
The
is
nine,
fourth.
the
North
9's
End
just
Lady
getting
remains fifth
choked
while coming
back.
up on a
What's the
hole.
jock
Outside
doing?
goes Love Her Lots, then Biloxi Blues. A gap of 3 to Midnight Concerto. Hard to imagine anybody else gets involved as the rest are way back through 3 quarters and 9-2.
Wow,
It's
3's
Joyful
running a
Lass
big
at a big
race.
price, giving Without Cause all she wants. 2.5 back to Vino Rouge, then North End Lady and Blitz, and they're on their way home.
Come on, 7,
Joyful
be
Lass has the
game.
lead, trying to fight back Without Cause, trying to pick them up. North End Lady and Vino Rouge. They come
Ruiz
past
going to win
the
this
8th hole.
race.
Ruiz
Yeah,
and
big
Joyful Lass
price.
at 25-1. She's finding what she needs. Joyful
Nice
Lass
race.
brings the upset to start the first racing coast to coast pick 5. Vino
Yeah,
Rouge held second,
that
voted
killed
for third between North End Lady and Biloxi
60 to
Blues.
70% of the ticket.
8-4.
Including all the ones we had on the show
Of course.
yesterday.
Of course. All right.
Oh my God, you have to go to Aqueduct. It's the Hunch play of the day. Hurry up.
I'm
What
there.
is it? What's the hunch play?
It's when you see the name of the horse, you're going to know. We've been talking about this movie for years.
Striker has dial.
Absolutely. Ted Stryker. Are you kidding me?
Striker.
Striker. All right, I'm going there real quick.
3 to 4. Can we at least get even money? Oh, 3 to 5.
I
Sorry.
don't know what that is. I know what 1-1 is.
This guy. This is like I want to do with the guy on the ESPN show. Just put him on mute for 20 minutes.
Which one? There's so many of them.
Around the horn.
Oh God.
They canceled that show.
Yeah.
Canceled.
No,
Took a long time though. That show was on for a long time.
forever. Like 4,800 and some odd episodes.
Yeah, I remember watching it just years and years ago.
Did you mean field there, Scott Free, or did you mean filed?
Striker has dialed.
Stryker. Let's go.
Come on, Ted Striker.
Also,
That day at Macho Grande.
Macho Grande.
I'll never be over Macho Grande, and I used that line yesterday.
well settled third.
Oh my God.
It's going to be Proudfoot, who's tracking in fourth of the trailer.
Dustin's probably like, what the heck is going on?
You know, we got to get a New York horse and name it Everybody Loves Linda's Envelopes.
2 and 4. Opening quarter mile. Kara's time is right in behind them. First run is going to be Cupid's Heart. ranging up. Striker has Dial, is trying to dispatch of Everyone Loves Linda, who's still there.
Come on, Striker.
The inside and battles on. Cupid's Heart is not cutting into the margin yet. Now from the back, trying to rally on Kara's time with Proud Foot.
Come on, Striker.
Striker has Dial.
There's 7 gone.
Striker.
Everyone
Striker's long gone.
towards the inside, but now Striker has Dial, gets the cue. And
Striker.
Dial is up by 2. Approaching up.
Striker.
Heart is starting to rally.
Striker.
20 on 3 to 5 shots, guys.
Cupid's
Boom.
Heart, one final time, is drifting out.
Dad, you can't fly this plane.
Get the victory.
Boom.
Cupid's Heart. Everyone loves
All right, Matt. I'll give you the light on that. 3 to 5, but
Doubles, you name it. Oh, no, that was good shit. I'm set.
little bankroll builder there.
Big doubles going.
Big doubles.
Big doubles.
Jason, you're about 10 minutes late with the Saints owner. More than
Give
that.
him something for that. I believe that was a legit guess.
It was a legit guess, but it was like a long time ago
Race.
that Wiz got that.
Yeah, but he didn't like know. It's not like you heard the answer and like, I don't know. I'd give him some kind of partial credit for that. He got
I think he was just behind a little bit. So
yeah, he got it. He just wasn't first. That's still a pretty good guess.
What basketball team did he own? And none of you know.
I think I know. Would you like me to try?
It's a bit of a there's a line of a Pearl Jam song with it. Named after a bird.
Freebird.
No, not
Did
that.
he own the New Orleans?
Freebird is Freebird is
I got
man.
you.
We need to
Skinner,
do a
man.
game show.
Leonard Skinner.
We need to just do a game show. But yeah, it's not Leonard. It's the Pelicans basketball team that used to.
See,
be
I was thinking you were trying to be tricky, and maybe we're thinking of the New Orleans Jazz before they moved to Utah.
Interesting.
All right. Back to business here. 5:18. Looks like we got some time here to. Oh yeah, this is the point where we've got like 15 minutes. We got Fairgrounds.
We got 6 minutes to Fairgrounds right now,
6 minutes to Fairgrounds. Okay.
and 1 minute to Santa Anita.
All right.
We got
It's
Sierra Leone coming up.
Is
Oh.
Sierra? I mean, I just do not trust Sierra Leone in that race.
Justin, let me ask you this: would you bet in the contest if you had $2,500 Sierra Leone to show?
Wait. That's not nearly enough information.
Okay.
What if I told you that you have $2,500? You're gonna be one of the winners of today's contest, and by betting $2,500 to show on Sierra Leone and hitting, you also will win the tour for March, which is another $2,500. So you're getting even money.
Yeah.
On Sierra Leone, but you're risking the 5,000 of the.
I mean,
it's
it's only 5 horse field. If Sierra Leone cannot get third place in this field, there's something wrong with racing. I mean, I just.
I already.
But well, I mean, I'm not sure how. This horse should win the race. I thought that either Hall of Fame or Touch Upon a Star maybe could upset,
to the outside.
I think the seven's probably getting first or second. Matt Sierra Leone would be my guess.
The colors are Rainmaker Racing.
It will come off as insane, but I do have 2,487 to show on him.
Yeah, I wish you luck.
But
I feel like that you should get a third of points for show back instead of a full.
The main course,
and I think they will eventually change the rules.
Here's Yogi Boy in the
But those are the rules now.
Followed by Travel and Show, 4.5 off the pace. And
Well, they've already changed it
at the
once.
back.
Do the
And
math.
I'm going to do it again after it hits.
The half
It
mile
does.
pole with Mr.
I mean, it's
Leisure.
So
good.
on the cross country show, I told them I'm only using the 5 and the 1 here because I think those are the only 2 horses that can rate in this race. It looked like there were a lot of horses that wanted that lead
as they
spot.
round the far turn. The trailer is still bull supremacy. Mr. Leisure has taken the lead with a quarter of a mile to go. Creative Arm is down at the rail. News at 10, 3 deep. Red blinkers of travel.
They're going to come off that rail, and that one is going to sneak right through there.
Wide open with
Nope,
an eighth
didn't
of a
get
mile
through.
to go. Here's Yogi Boy. Now
And I was wrong,
splitting
the 3 could
rivals
rip.
decisively, and he is suddenly in front.
Definitely don't want to
And
be
in fact,
fighting my
pulling away,
cross-country ticket
Yogi
because you'd be
Boy
0-2.
and Hector Barrios with a nice burst of energy
Coast
to
to
win it.
coast.
News
Hard
at 10, then a
pass.
photo between Mr.
Hector
Leisure
on
and
turf.
Travel and Show.
Not too shabby. Fairgrounds.
Yes. So, I mean, we haven't really talked about the Louisiana Derby yet, but I mean, really, if I believed in Sierra Leone, I could play this pick 4 straight. Maybe I should, just to say I hit a straight pick 4.
Well, who do you like in the next?
Oh, Spirit of St. Louis, grade 1 winner against a bunch of horses that aren't even winning grade 3s. The 8th won a grade 3. That's about it. I mean,
The
Spirit of
6th
St. Louis should win this race easily.
The 6th was a single for me, Oldie, for sure. Yeah.
And then who in the Louisiana Derby?
Good cheer.
Louisiana Derby.
Good cheer,
the
single. Go ahead, Oldie.
I described Louisiana Derby as the Cox horse and a bunch of future 12-5 claimers. This is not a good field.
The Cox horse?
Yeah, I mean, it's John and his Hancock. The other horses that might have a chance are the 5 and the 6. But it's a stretch.
I thought that the 3, the 10, I thought
Again,
the picks
again, so Scotty actually looked this up in the new GSR. The 3 is 100% a turf horse. And remember, I wrote the notes on this horse's last race. And this horse got absolutely torched in a workout by a horse that's still a maiden.
All right.
This is not a dirt horse.
I just did a cold pick 3 for, let's see, what is it? It is for the Commonwealth of Dominica, an island in the Caribbean Sea, which has the 767 area code.
But if you want to take a wider look here, you could go something like that. Or if you think Good Chair is your best bet of the day. As well, I mean, we're at $9. And that's the wide pick for me.
Chris Couples can't trust the horses coming out of Tampa. Can't trust. Tampa Bay.
Again, that horse, and that this was a discussion Scotty and I were having about it. That horse, actually, I move up because of how Owen Almighty ran in the Tampa Derby.
What are these?
Again, there's just not a lot there.
I don't know. I'm asking them. I said, what are these doubles bag? Wife walked in and said, what? Like, I'm asking them. Oh, okay. So doubles here. Sierra Leone to the 6 is paying 3 to 1. Sierra Leone to, who is the 1? Sierra Leone 7-2 is paying 3 to 1. The 5 is 5 to 1. The 9 is 7-1. You like that, Matt? 2 to the Spirit of St. Louis.
If I'm being honest, I am like palms so sweaty nervous right now about the potential for making myself look as dumb as I've ever looked that I'm having trouble concentrating. That's my honest answer. I did just bet the whole 2,500 to show on this horse. And I'm going to feel so unbelievably stupid costing myself that and a Kentucky Derby betting challenge seat if this doesn't happen. So I'm legit. I mean, as much as I enjoy this stuff, I'm like sick to my stomach right now. I'm sure my wife, hi Beth, nice to, I'm sure she's happy to hear that.
Yeah, she closed the door.
Hey, we're in second and risking it all for nothing. Yay.
We'll just go find a restaurant tonight with a bunch of kids with loud devices.
That'll be free dinner.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Please.
Yep,
Please look stupid.
with Touch Upon a Star.
Please don't be stupid.
Going to Touch Upon a Star.
I don't think this was stupid.
Fairgrounds Grant with Sierra Leone. 2 to 5.
As long as Sierra Leone finishes third, you're fine.
Yeah.
Here's Sierra Leone.
I really only think there's 2 other runners in this race.
This horse has handed me 2 of the most painful losses of my life.
Well, only there's 5 runners in the race. Just to be
I
honest.
understand, but
They're off.
All right, you're out of the gate. That's the first thing is good.
Standing.
now you know you're going to be like 35 lengths behind by the time they hit the first corner.
Yeah, they're testing to see if the horse can rate.
Reno, Oldy, the Gold Cap, San Zero, and Sierra Leone. It's last of the 5.
Okay, he's already closer than I thought he'd be. So that's
Touch Upon a Star takes charge of the pace.
All right, we're going to head into the forest.
Who's in pursuit down to 6.5. San Zero, Reno.
I believe Scotty promised a party for the Louisiana breds if the 5 wins here.
He did? This, I did.
I took the 5 as my top pick, and he said there's no way.
I was between the 2 and the 5 over the 7.
Just didn't think there was enough pace here, but they're going pretty fast.
Not much. I mean,
Oldy running in 4th. With Fairgrounds Grant. Sierra Leone, the Reno champion, taking a seasonal bow. He's last to the quintet.
Yeah, he gonna fucking wipe these guys.
Like the half mile.
not yet, bro.
40 seconds. 3 furlongs.
This should be where you see him hit the gas.
He's already asking.
Top of the stretch from Hall of Fame. Who's staying close there as they come to the top of the stretch. Then Comodino, Amoide, San Zero, and Sierra Leone. It's last to make the top of this daunting Fairgrounds stretch.
Well, Matt, come on, 7, at least get third.
3/4 point 10.78.
Come on, 2, beat the 5. Come on, 7, get third. Get third. Get third. All right, you're getting it third, Matt Miller. Come on,
You're
2,
good,
beat the
Matt.
5.
You're good.
5
You're
or
good.
2.
Okay, Louisiana bred party.
Yeah.
Wire to wire, touch upon a star from Hall of Fame.
Should have made this try there. Wow. What a run. That's a great ride by Thornton.
All right, so Matt, I've done really well playing against Sierra Leone with the exception of the Breeders' Cup Classic.
I said I would never touch this horse again for the rest of my life, but
And you did.
But I keep talking about the only 2 wins were in 2 of the craziest paces you've ever seen in your life.
So here's the other funny part, and so that people think I'm less crazy. So let's just talk through the betting strategy for a second. The horse had 85% of the show money. I knew my $2,500 bet is going to pay the minimum.
Yeah.
I put 500 to show on the 2 and 500 to show on the 5, figuring if the 7's out of the money, I'm going to get paid a shitload on one or both of those show bets.
Yep.
So actually, I got super lucky here to be getting it's all going to pay 210. I don't give a shit. But
you get the points. You get all those points.
Hedged pretty well when you think about what those show bets would have paid if Sierra Leone was out of the money. I don't think I would have gotten my ass wiped here that badly, but it still would have sucked for the contest.
Yeah. Well, you're going to be doing good. You'll move up and you get those points.
It's the points. No one will even understand what the hell I did or why.
No, they're going to be like, how did this guy get that many points? And I know because I have Brad's spreadsheet and I talk to you and I know how the points work, and all these other people do not.
All right, so race 10 at Turfway, the Kentucky Cup Classic. I thought the 2 has a chance to upset here. The long shot.
You're going
for
off
Mike
the
and his
script.
maker.
You're going off the script here, man. Mike and his maker.
Weekend preview show race. I figured we were covering it.
Did you obviously didn't look at all the fine work I did to develop the script, because Gulfstream was next and we can show
All right.
them.
That's fine.
But we got 6 minutes to Gulfstream, so fair enough. Give your spiel. They're going in the gate.
I thought the 2 is actually a synthetic horse where a bunch of these other ones want dirt or turf. I think that horse has a big shot here. I was 263.
There's no such thing as a synthetic horse. They're all made of flesh and blood. They're not mechanical. But I do hear your point. The only time they race under the sunshine at Turfway Park is on.
I don't get it either. Why? It would be, their handle would be insane if they were running this card at night.
Gamers ready to move in.
Yeah, but nobody is going to go to Jeff Ruby's Steakhouse at 11:30.
I don't know about nobody.
Here's Chiron to the outside.
Jeff and his Ruby.
Jeff and his Ruby.
After we go from the 25th running of the Twin Spires Kentucky Cup Classic. Encino got a flyer. He's out to the lead. Mercante is close in second. Lord Bowling Dog.
You know, man, buddy.
From the far outside. Padros has the 5th position. He has a cozy spot.
Sorry, sometimes I just can't help myself. I want to.
Covering for Stappen. Utah Beach is 4th.
I've been saving up all week.
3rd left. Stappen Shoes is in front of one runner. Hush of the store. So it is Encino establishing the pace through the clubhouse turn. Better than a late to Mercante. Lord Polydon is 3rd.
Look at the late.
Close from the inside.
Late money went in on the 2. The 2 went off as the favorite.
Chiron outside of Gamer, who races with Verstappen from the inside. Little less than 6 lengths from Encino. 2.5, the highest distinction in Utah Beach. Tappet Shoes with an early bid, 3 wide. At the back is Hush of the Store. Encino up the Turfway Park backstretch, a length and a tail. Mercante stays close from the 2nd spot. Paros is getting a beautiful trip, 3rd from the inside. And Lord Polygon is in the clear, heading into the turn with 3 lengths to 5. 2.5 clear from Chiron and Gamer. Verstappen is under pressure. He is going in the wrong direction. Passing him, Utah Beach with Tappet Shoes. Hush of the Storm and highest distinction. Verstappen's at the back. Here's Mercante to tackle Encino. Encino responding to the challenge of Mercante. And they're side by side at the top of the lane in the Twin Spires Kentucky Cup Classic. Mercante and Encino. Mercante as the snow's in front. Encino fights willingly. Mercante and Encino. Mercante and Joe Ramos will win the Twin Spires Kentucky Cup Classic. Out pitching Encino in the run to the wire. That's
Typical Turfway. Nobody has the 13-1.
Was the second win percentage on the local Turfway horse had won 2 races this meet.
Yeah, well, you want to know what my Turfway handle has been this meet? $0.
Oh, I know you played the mandatory payout picks, or you're playing the mandatory payout pick 6 tomorrow, I'm sure.
Nope, not spending time there because
Sounds like your plays, Chris.
it's shit.
Did I hear mandatory pick 6 at Turfway?
I think it's tomorrow. Isn't it closing day tomorrow?
Closing day at Fairgrounds. I know that.
Hopefully it's closing day.
So you have the short Churchill meet and then it goes.
Turfway Park still race next week. I have this like little calendar that Twin Spires send. They race. They race all the way through next week.
All
So
right,
next
Oldie.
week's the next
Gulfstream, race 10.
Saturday, it looks like, Oldie. They race through the 29th.
Gulfstream race.
Somebody just scooped the pool 2 days ago. So
Good for them. That sounds exciting.
Exciting and new.
all right.
How about the 5 Running Rockets, a heavy favorite on the drop here. It did beat 60s on the turf. But this horse is probably vulnerable here.
That means it's a winner.
We'll see. How about the 9 Branded Rocket or the 6 on the lead, Power Attack? Even the 8 Highly Flammable for Martin and his Drexler are not Clyde, but Martin are have a shot here. Martin a little better finger roll than Clyde.
I still go George Gervin. Yes, man.
The Iceman.
Am I too old for you? You don't remember George Gervin for real?
No,
I remember George Gervin playing
I
for the
remember.
Colts.
Smooth as silk. Those finger rolls. I mean, he was unbelievable, that guy.
I remember George Gervin. He was the Iceman. I mean, I wasn't, watching him, but I remember him watching basketball.
Those were good days. And you didn't hear about every crime all the players committed in their personal lives. So you just kind of got to watch basketball, and it was kind of nice.
Speaking of crime, go look up the Iceman, notorious mob killer.
What?
Hopefully it's not the same guy, because you're ruining it.
Go look up Google Iceman mob killer.
I don't want to.
Okay,
I don't want to look up killers, Chris. Like
that was good. He would kill people, put them in a freezer for 5 years.
Okay, no more. No, we're
No,
talking
I'm
about
not even looking
George
up.
Gervin.
I'm not even looking up Iceman King Parsons, the former 1980s wrestler who came out to We Are Family.
Good one.
St. John's is about to lose. So on that note, if you like St. John's, your tournament bracket is busted.
Sorry if I'm celebrating that one, but having not like St. John's and having them lose anyways, it takes points away from everybody else in the
No, yeah, that's
brackets.
I agree, Oldy. I had them losing, I think, in the Elite 8, but good for Arkansas. Big Oaklawn, Arkansas.
Yeah.
Big win.
We got the old gate circle running here. Not sure what they're waiting for in terms of jackpot here, but Oaklawn is going off at the same time, so maybe they're waiting, being nice and waiting for Oaklawn to go off. Doesn't sound like Gulfstream, but
if we do have any listeners that are in this tournament, with it paying out what looks like 6 seats, I would say $1,250 on a starting stake of 400 looks like it'll get it done. And that's not crazy town. So I would say if any listeners, I see Mike Saletta, I see, I know Tony Rollo, there's a handful of people I see that might be listening. I would lower your target a little bit. And I'm not saying that to protect my own position. I frankly think you're taking too much risk going after second. It's just not worth it with so many seats available. But for a $5,000 prize, this is not going to take a disgusting multiple to get there. So I would just chill a little bit and just lower the target a little and reduce your risk.
favorite at Oaklawn.
And Oldy, we're going to have to talk about that horse coming up as to whether or not I shove Crazy again on another show bet. We'll have to. I mean, I'm telling you, the tour might be locked up after that last move, but I think it would be for sure if I did it again. So I'm going to need a real confidence check on that horse later on.
I mean, I think Good Chair finishes in the money. I think they're short of a breakdown in that field. That's the one I feel best about. If we're talking about finishing in the money.
Yeah. Just the money.
I'd say Spare to St. Louis is the one that I feel will win more likely.
I might have been the only imbecile cheering for Sierra Leone in that last race. I think that horse hurt a lot of people, and I'm the only one that just bet it to show like an imbecile. But I had a weird purpose in doing that. But that's a tough one. I mean, that horse should have just. I'm telling you, that horse just crushes hearts. It wins when it seems most challenging. It doesn't when it seems like it should. It's vexed me forever. I can't believe I got away with it this time.
The crazier part about that race, Matt, the 5 horse went off and won at 6-1. That horse was like 9-5, 9-5 on the E morning line. I put a note in there, Oldie, about the Thornton was just going to send and wire the field. You know, you kind of could see that happening. And I know you like the 5, so.
No, and that's what I said. And I said to Scotty on Sierra Leone, I said, look at the races, the only races it won. All those races went sub 23.
Yeah, look,
and were the same paces.
Howard was real quick in our little group chat. I picked up the phone for a second. And I don't think this was a key play for him or anything, but obviously he's been following this horse forever. And he said, look, it was a 24-second first quarter. That's not super fast. He didn't have that much to run into, and he wasn't. Howard was not blown away by that.
But Fairgrounds is so speed favoring anyways. That's just a terrible spot for Sierra Leone to go. It's in Touch Upon a Stars. It's insanely good Louisiana bred. I mean, that's why the EE morning line it was like 8-5 or 9-5. I couldn't believe it. I mean, it was just that horse still went off at 6-1. It was crazy.
Yeah, and the margin of victory is not indicative of what he did because they ended up getting kind of close, but it was not close. Like he just dominated that race.
Well, and if you look at all his other races, when he gets the lead, that's what he does.
So I played a double into Spirit of St. Louis and got 27-1 from that 5 horse.
Picture perfect beginning. Great job by the starter. From the middle, it's Power Attack.
Bring that home, Justin.
Goes looking for the lead with Run and
Well, and I played a cold pick 3, and then I played like a $1 pick 4, but I double singled.
I have a $10 pick 4 alive, where I didn't use Sierra Leone at all. I just played 2-5 there.
Well, it was just like my cover show bets. Those would have paid huge with him out of the money. Huge. But I still would have felt stupid.
Icy flavor, very wide today. Run and Rocket at the inside. Vamos Viejo, and they're on their way home. 21-1 for the opening quarter. On the far outside, Run and Rocket tries to go after the in-battle duo. Banded Rocket is the leader. They're an eighth of a mile from home.
Banded Rocket
Run and Rocket, who runs at it.
They're the 5.
Here's Run and
I
Rocket.
put the 5 in the winner circle, just like Chris said.
Rocket wins.
Exactly.
4th of July. Run and Rocket beat Banded Rocket with Vamos Viejo
It's
third.
like he stepped on the gas pedal. Unbelievable.
I don't think Pratt waited too long. I think it was too close to a soft pace. And when you get a closer out of position like that, they don't have the same kick.
And maybe he wasn't cranked up, but no part of him to be at the back of the field splitting horses trying to get third. that was a little disgusting for a few seconds there.
Who are you talking about? Which jockey there?
No, they're talking about Pratt's ride on Sierra Leone, but I think I don't think, John, I think like Oldie said, I don't think it had anything to do with Pratt. I just think that's a speed favoring Fairgrounds track, and Touch Upon a Star is a nice horse. And Thornton sent to the front, was gone, and Sierra Leone ran on to hit the board. I mean, and Hall of Fame ran a great race.
Yep.
And when you look at it, though, Touch Upon a Star wasn't just a normal horse.
Correct.
If you look at the way it was winning races coming into this, 12 lengths, 5 lengths, 5 lengths, 6 lengths. Nobody had really been close to this horse. Granted, it's Louisiana breds, but those are still, that horse is not stopping, is what that's telling you. It had an 8-length lead in the stretch and won by 12 in the last race.
I'll tell you a horse that reminds me of near and dear to my heart is Nick's Go, which was a front runner that people just kept disrespecting over and over. The horse just never seemed to get credit for, like, if it got to a clear lead and didn't have anyone looking him in the eye, he got bold. And if he had someone to look in the eye, he wilted a little bit, but he was a solid front runner, but still just never got, I don't think ever got the full respect of how good he was. There's certain front runners that people just want to try to beat over and over.
Wait, so why is this 5 horse at Fairgrounds taking all this money?
Not me.
This Flavian Pratt riding for Chad, this horse is even money.
Yeah, not 1-to-1, even money.
Well, that's insane with, unless you think there's a really hot pace here, or Chad's going to send this horse and this is the rabbit. Here, because there's no pace in this race.
This horse has burned money in stakes company at this level, and now you're just taking big time favorite money. Like, again, Spirit of St. Louis is just proven. Like, I just don't understand. I'm so confused. Shouldn't this be the other way? Are people betting the wrong horse?
Well, in the doubles, is it the same way, or?
Oh, that's a good question. Let me look. I had it up. So, no, the 6 is 27-1. The 5 is 34-1.
They're off at
They should
Aqueduct.
come in on the.
Yes,
on the
they are off at Aqueduct. The one with the lead here going into the far turn.
Liberté de Bayou. This is the double I played from the last race, so hopefully he just runs away.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, Matt. I have a win bet here.
Unless he stops late, Matt, I think
he seems
looks
to be running
great.
away. This looks extremely favorable, but we've also seen today a couple of horses really fall apart late.
The jockey just looked underneath his, arm to make sure they weren't too close. He should just ride forward.
Yeah, this should be a no-brainer, but we've seen some weird shit today.
The horse went fast, and he looks like he's struggling a little bit here.
He is struggling.
He's going to lose.
The 8.
He's definitely losing.
The 8's coming.
That's amazing. They got him.
Yeah.
Not even. He might. He's still going to hit the board just barely.
Amazing.
Just barely. Jeez.
We've seen a lot of weird shit today like that, where these. I don't want to blame a jockey and say it was too early of a move, but that's what it ends up looking like, kind of.
Second pick.
Yeah.
But I'm still, Oldy, I'm so confused by. I know you're back to Santa Anita, which is totally fine. No, you stay on.
We can go there. It's fine.
And now the 5 at least floating up a little bit. There's a lot of action on that 5 horse. Wow.
Did you think the 5 was even the second best horse in the race?
No, not at all. The 8 is getting no respect, and obviously I thought that horse could run on and could run okay.
3's not getting any respect. The 1, who I think might be better on the dirt than the turf, but the 5 could win. But will it? I don't know. I think Spirit of St. Louis is just a better horse.
1 10-14. It's just, yeah.
And won a grade 1 against 80 SORs.
Yeah. No,
Justin, are you afraid of anyone else besides the 4?
You mean the 5 at Fairgrounds?
I'm sorry, the 5. Yes, I know you like the 6. Are you afraid of anyone besides the 5?
Let me just double check.
I mean, I'll give you one strategy for this. I mean, if these odds really stick, you make a nice, healthy win bet on the 6, and you take the amount of your bet and you bet it on the 5. And that way you break even if the 5 beats you. You could even do some of that in an exacta, but you're in the luxury of having the longer of the 2 prices. Although I do think these might get a little closer by the time the race goes off.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think that the 6 will. I bet the 6 still goes off as the favorite.
It should, but I mean, it's funny. You could either look at the money on the 5 as threatening to your confidence or as boosting your price. I tend to be.
Yeah.
I get afraid when I see that.
I did think that Brilliant Birdie had a shot, but the 8 was the other horse that I looked at, Oldy.
That's
14-1 double from the 8 to the 7 in the next.
What was the 6-7 double?
Yeah.
3-1. You don't want to know.
So Justin, let me come back to you. Just looking at what these doubles pay. I mean, you could get away with 2-1 on Spirit of St. Louis without having to take a shred of additional risk, which I think is better than you would have expected.
Yeah.
And for a little bit of money, you can play a double of 5-7 that pays, the will pay is 4-1. So that's a 3-1 bet. So you're covering yourself for 3-1. That's not bad.
Yeah.
For like a third of your win bet. And that way, that's not bad if you're not afraid of anybody else here.
Only the 8. The 8 was really the only.
And a double with the 8, the 8-7 is 15-1. And so a couple bucks on that. Again, you're not trying to make a ton of money, but you can bet this race where you make a lot of money if the 6 wins, and you basically break even if the 5 or the 8 break your heart.
Mm-hmm.
Three to 2 now. I mean, it's just not stopping on this horse. And maybe it's because Pratt's aboard versus Gaff.
Well, Gaff rode Spirit of St. Louis last out, so
I know, but I'm trying to rationalize that price.
I don't know, man. Somebody just loves this horse.
I'm throwing it out.
I'm throwing in a 7-7 double just because I noticed that Jose is riding for Cherie on the 7, not the 8. And this horse showed speed last time out. Maybe gets away here. It's a total shot in the dark. It's an entertainment play.
Well, Morales is sending Higgins' boat. I mean, in the 2 and 9 also just kind of cheap speed up there, but the 11 cheap speed. There's a lot of cheap speed in this race. But I do think Morales is sending the 12. He's always so aggressive. I mean, Joel's probably putting Gigante right up there, not on the lead, but
I'm going to take my only quick pit stop of the day probably, so I'll be right back.
7-7.
I'll meet you in the bathroom.
17-1.
yeah, I agree, Chris. Like Hernandez has been riding Brilliant Birdie. Spirit of St. Louis about to become the favorite. See, we can hear your clicking again. Is it like a different mouse?
It's a magic mouse. My God, this microphone should not be that sensitive.
Oh, no. You can totally hear it. It's crazy.
It's like 4 feet away from the microphone.
No, I'm just telling you. Everybody in the chat could chime in. That was what Willie was talking about earlier.
But what do you want me to do? I gotta use I gotta use a mouse. I gotta use a trackpad. I got 5 screens up. Got all kinds of shit to track here.
Hey, I don't know.
was
Oh
hard.
my gosh.
I came back to a great line. That's amazing.
All right, let me move over here and quietly click so nobody gets upset. All right, getting to the gate.
Well, the 6 is the favorite now, Matt. Took over.
Oh, there's Sylvain with his cat toy again.
All right, I'm not watching this race. I got too much going on.
All right.
I took the aggressive route and bet 10 to show on the 5 and the 6.
Ooh,
Way to take a stand.
big balls.
Yeah. Well, they shriveled up pretty good after that Sierra Leone race.
Closing your teams with Rebel Red, Flamon Giroux, Johnny's Fireball coming up and in.
Larue.
Hernandez Jr. with Brilliant Birdie. Luis Saez, one safety, a 7-time winner. Jared
Recent
Fluttery,
Saez.
8 through 9. Tyrell King Jr. cameo performance of the Claret. Fabian Pratt with redistricting in. Tyler Gaffignon, Spirit of St. Louis, like redistricting both for Chad Brown. Here the grade 2 over the mile and an eighth. Now Axel Concepcion with Dancing in Denial in the blue. Spirit of St. Louis, 9-5 favorite with a couple of back. Aguarelas, they voted Higgins vote. One more. Ben Curtis Partners, the 4-time winner. I'd rather be blessed. Stand by for the mile and eighth. For Spur. Here we go.
Can't show this one, Ty.
Presented by Horse Racing Nation. Across the course here in the early stages, near the rail is Gigante with the white cap, Johnny's Fireball. Also well up is I'd rather be blessed and Higgins both catch position. Cameo performance in the Claret and Johnny's Fireball, another close one, but off of heels. So it's I'd rather be blessed. 2 leagues out for Ben Curtis. Here's the inside of Gigante and Higgins boat is right up there with them. Here comes redistricting into 4th. Johnny's Fireball is 5th out to the stretch. Spirit of St. Louis is settled 6th. And joined from the inside, Spirit of St. Louis by Cameo Performance and buried down at the rail and tight quarters there. Shuffled back a bit was What Saved Me, was covered by Rebel Red. Then the Great Smoky Mandate with Brilliant Birdie and Dancing in Denial has dropped back to trail the dozen. The opening quarter, 24.05 seconds. It's I'd rather be blessed. I'd rather be blessed. At those long odds, 86-1 target is I'd rather be blessed. As they make this run for the half-mile hole in the Unions Memorial Classic. Right there is Higgins boat together with Gigante. They're a joint second. Redistricting is running in 4th. Johnny's Fireball ground saving 5th. Spirit of St. Louis is 6th. Cameo appearance performance is next in 7th. And Cameo performance in between horses. And then on the outside, the Smoky Mandate, along with Rebel Red, What Saved Me, Brilliant Birdie, and Dancing in Denial is 12 still. Half mile 49.53. 3/4 for the leader.
Come on, Spirit.
14.55 seconds. So long odds leader. I'd rather be blessed. Turns for home with a quarter of a mile to go.
Wide.
It's fine, Oldy. You come from out there. Come on, keep going.
3 horses. Johnny's Fireball did not ignite with 1 for all to
Beat
go.
these horses. The 4 are gonna win.
I'd rather be blessed and determined today. It's I'd rather be blessed at 86-1. Will it be? I'd rather be blessed. Holding on.
11.
Chris Couple said he hoped the 2 wires, but the 11 wired Ben Curtis. That's amazing. He's had such a great meet. He's a great turf jockey. He absolutely blows up the board. That's wild. Yeah, Chris, that was the 11. The 11 wired the field.
Longest shot on the board.
Yep.
80, what was it? 86 to 1. Wow.
They crawled the second half of that.
Yeah, you're right. They slowed it down 25. Well, that was no fun.
No.
It's funny. That's one of those contest races where you lose your $20 minimum, but you know darn well that was just crushing to everybody else. But, there's no way anyone had any of that. That's just crazy. Look at that trifecta. Oh, my God.
Super.
Wonder what the will pays were into that guy. $1 double was $295. Holy shit! The dollar pick 3 was $7,200 for a pick 3.
Yeah,
Oh my
that's.
God.
I wouldn't. It's some people who just spread there will be, good cheer. It'll pay really well into good cheer even in the next race.
Although I gotta tell you, if you told me that I hit a pick 3 that included an 86 to 1 shot and faded Sierra Leone at 1 to 5, I might have expected a payout that big. I mean, that's pretty ridiculous.
10K try. Wow, that's good. The Fairgrounds turf produced bombs, though. Don't bet Chad at Fairgrounds. Yeah, probably true.
Don't bet Chad at all right now, from what I've heard. But Bourbonette Oaks off at Turfway. Jake likes this 11 horse who went off at 3 to 1.
Ruthless is 3 wide with the red cap, 2.5 off the lead. About 2 lengths to Bless the Broken, who races with Golden Sunshine. Resolve is under a hold along the inside, flanked by Getting After It, and Has Catch Can is the early trailer. And it's White Rocks and Victor Carrasco up the backstretch run, a length to Bracelet. And Met is under a nice hold from third, traveling well enough. Just Ruthless is also there, not a tremendous amount of pace on. Salas Food is in the 2 pouch. She's in the 5th position, 3 lengths off the lead. Something About Her is all bottled up from the inside. Plus the Broken's in the clear with 3.5 to 5 at 3/8. Golden Sunshine and Resolve are 6 lengths off the lead. Resolve is trying to close. Here's one hitting her stride. Has Catch.
Turfway, on this day, you got to figure out which horses want to run in the sun.
Turns up the pressure. Plus the
the long shot running a big race.
Mm-hmm.
For somewhere to go, White Rocks. Edmonds looking for a crease to come through. Bless the Broken with a much better path to the leader line, and she hits.
Look at the 7 on the outside.
5's going to win the race, though.
No, 7 going to win the race. Plugged in. Yeah, you're right. The 5 are going to win.
And Johnny B at the Bourbonette Oaks.
Bet down to 6 to 1 for Will Walden.
Yeah, liking the favorite Turfway is never fun.
Chris, did you see Willie's comments?
Let me go over here and quietly click. Wait. You and the dog bite is still a pain in the leg, and I have to apparently find a new quieter fucking mouse because, or a microphone that doesn't pick up, micro shit and whatnot. So,
when the dog bites and you're feeling sad, do you suddenly remember your favorite thing?
You want to see the dog bite?
You don't feel so bad.
There it is. There's a good look at the dog bite.
Sorry, I broke into a little Sound of Music there.
Yeah, Sound of Music. It's just what I'm looking for at this point in time during the day. All right, Oaklawn Park 551.
I thought the 3 here has a distinct chance to go gate to wire if it can break onto the lead.
Oaklawn Park.
Why?
Wow.
Because the horse has done it already at this level. Basically.
Yeah, well, we know from our chat that the trainer loves the 10.
Yes. It was
And you
9 to
want
5.
the gate to wire. I have not seen gate to wire shit at Oaklawn today, so I'm going to disagree with you.
Okay.
David and his
And I-
Jacob should get plenty of pace to run into.
Yes. Should. Maybe. See? Depends which version of Lundberg you get there. You get the one that's ran at Hawthorne, yeah, you could have plenty of pace, but if you get the one that's ran in the last 2 races, you might have an issue. Not Lindbergh, but Lundberg.
That was like one bird. Like, are you doing? You're back to Leonard Skinner stuff now?
Free as a bird. No.
The 10 carrying 6 pounds more than everybody else, except for the 8 got Thunder.
So not carrying 6 pounds more than everyone else. £5 pounds more than Bourbon Heist. With the Baconator aboard. I write a bacon note on this one. No, I didn't. I thought the 5 and the 4 could steal the next race. The 5 likely wins if you're looking for something to double into.
Oh, Kinetic. That was a Howard special at some point.
Didn't Kinetic scratch?
Out of Fairgrounds to run here at Oaklawn.
Oh, well, at this, I was looking at the Louisiana Derby to. So Kinetic's running at Oaklawn 10.
Yeah.
Yep. And you have Kinetic and Patriot Spirit. Patriot Spirit won the Illinois Derby, but hasn't run as well since then. Kinetic's 3-0 at the distance too, at 9 furlongs.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's the next race I see. Sorry, I was.
Yeah. So if we look at some double probables here.
Tony, good to see you.
10-5 is playing 350. 3-5 is paying 44 to 1.
Wow. Chris Couples, Will Walden's a great trainer. I followed him a lot because he runs horses at Fairgrounds.
Is he a younger trainer, like an up-and-coming guy?
Yeah, he's definitely younger. So I'm sure, I guess you probably put him in up-and-coming because he gets nice horses. Yeah, Willie.
So there's still just minimal movement on this tournament leaderboard. Absolutely minimal movement.
Wait, so what track are you playing? Oaklawn or Fairgrounds or both or what?
Both. Good call. So this is a Twin Spires tournament where they bring in 2 different racetracks. So you've got whatever 23 races to choose from. I think they force you to play 10 of them at $20 a piece. You can obviously do more than that if you want to, but okay, once you get something for big, those $20 minimums don't mean shit.
Yeah.
And I'm just plugging away at those minimums right now. I'm comfortably in second, but no one's really. I mean, this looks like a classic New York turf race where there's just not a lot of pace, and everyone's just going to look to sprint for home. That's the sense I'm getting.
Runners facing up to the gate for the ninth race on the program.
This is a rough race.
Coach goes in.
So, Matt, did you play this? Do you have to play it?
Step.
These particular races, I'm playing all of them, but it's meaningless $20 show bets that I'm Dutching.
No, yeah.
I don't care what's happening here.
Oh, it's Turfway and Fairgrounds, or is it Oaklawn and Fairgrounds?
Turfway.
Oh, it's Turfway and Fairgrounds. Gotcha. I almost played that joint pick 5. I almost punched my ticket, but it was Oldy. It was $600. It was $600, and I didn't get a chance. I was gonna text you and Dave, and I was like, but I ran out of time. That was a cool pick 5 they did with both tracks.
We're ready to go.
They're ready to go.
And all right. Good beginning for all. Congrats on 50 on the lead today with Lundberg, who strides forward to be level with him. Top Gun Tommy to the outside, stalking the pace. It's congrats on 50, half length in front. Lundberg hustled along, can't quite keep up. It is second in the early stages. Top Gun Tommy right behind him. Then a line. Payne is in the group. The favorite with Morello, who's between horses. Eli's Promise to the inside. There's a gap.
I thought this 3-horse might take him a long way.
Clear Bourbon Ice and Manta Ray as they go into the far turn. Congrats on 50 at 18-1, strings them out, rounds the turn a half length in front. Lundberg, the pressure from the outside, space of 2.5 to Payne, who's into third, is shaking up, trying to get closer, approaching the top of the lane with Top Gun Tommy. Payne now behind horses.
Wow, 4's right, big race.
Promise cuts the quarter, and then Morello as they come down the lane. Lundberg is taking a short lead on Congrats.
Come on, 10.
Here comes Payne.
Yeah, 10's flying.
10's gone.
Horses. Payne is
Got the
Talk
pace,
about it.
exact pace you were looking for there, Chris.
Talk about a good 2-1. Wow.
10 years old. Lifetime win number 12. He is awesome. Second home got Thunder. Eli's Promise next.
$100 double into Kinetic and a $100 win bet. So not bad.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah. Well played.
Got the pace to run into. That's the setup you needed. Yes.
Cox first are not getting bet at all at Gulfstream. We had it as 10%. We had it as 4%. That looking at the wrong course.
We got Gulfstream coming up 552.
Yep.
Yeah, there we go. I'll put you up there while I go do a pain dance and take some pain medication.
So I thought that the 7 had a big look here. I thought the 2 as a long shot and the 1. The 6 and the 3, I thought they might just go too fast here. Maybe the 12 mixed in there as well.
Hey, bud.
But the 2 moves to turf, has some nice turf works. Abreu is 21% off the layoff and 27% with second time starters. They're not getting bet at all with Luke and his Panici aboard. It's also hard to pass up 11-1 on a Brad Cox horse there. And we're going in the gate, so let me get that up.
He doesn't like practice, Chris. Talking about practice?
Talking about practice?
Practice? Yeah, Al. And then Oldy, we got to talk about what's coming up at Fairgrounds and Good Cheer.
Yeah.
There's no sound.
Oh, he must have forgotten to hit the sound button there.
All right, someone's got to call it. Oldy, go.
All right, the 11, Hope's Alive on the lead. Or should I do Harry Carey doing it?
Harry Carey, absolutely. Hey, Hope's
Hey.
alive.
Hey, I knew a guy named AP Kid once.
Oh my God.
I mean, that's what it was. Cheers to horse. Oh, Hope's alive or said backwards. E Villa.
I hope the Grim Reaper doesn't catch me anytime soon.
Matt is still playing show bets, Jennifer. I'm being so tournament focused today. I'm just not doing my normal cash stuff. Hope's alive, but not for
Who's
long.
going backwards?
Here comes AP Kid, making a move for the lead. Looks like a winning move. Hope's dead.
Seven's flying, but too late.
All right, that was fun.
Yeah.
Who won? The 3?
Yeah.
Okay. Aqueduct, the last at the duct.
It was really looked like a 3-horse race, 1-6-8 there to me. I'll pull that up on a separate screen. I thought it's the 1 on the drop, the 6 second time at the level, but it appears to be the speed. This 8 getting a big GSR bump, moving to dirt where it probably belongs, has a huge work at Palmettos. You're getting 9-2 on the 8, getting 3-1 there. The 11's getting bet heavily for Clement there as well. But I might just be a 6-8 exacta box here. At Aqueduct.
No love for the long shot, the 3. Good moments.
I mean, it is Sanchez Pinero is 9% with second-time starters, so not the worst, but coming in from Parks, I think no thanks would be the answer. You're welcome to your Park source if you want it.
No. Total silence is the play, I think. This could be just 1-6 all day.
All right, I'm going 6-8. Santa Anita pick 5 is coming up too. As is the turf pick 3 for that matter. Maybe that's the play today.
Is what? What's the play?
The turf pick 3 instead of the late pick 5 at Santa Anita.
I was looking at the turf pick 3. I just couldn't come up with anything solid.
Solid as a rock.
Solid as a rock.
Sorry, I'm an idiot. I know it. As the saying goes, he's a big, dumb, stupid animal.
So Matt, tournament-wise, you're still in second.
Sitting in very good position in second.
Uh-huh.
The question is whether the big show bet on Sierra Leone was enough to win the tour for the month, or whether I need to do that one more time.
I would do it one more time on that horse at Fairgrounds in the Derby.
But I am risking $7,500 between the $5,000 seat and the $2,500 balance I have. So that's the math I'm trying to do. Is I'm not even sure I need to do it another time.
I just don't see that horse. I don't see that horse finishing out of the top three. Do you?
No, but I didn't see Irrigate doing that in the Del Mar Handicap either. I mean, it does happen.
It does, but I don't think it does today.
I don't know. So I'm thinking about kind of splitting the baby and maybe just betting a few hundred to show, picking up just a few extra points instead of the whole thing. But basically, if it loses, I'll be back to position. I should still be in position to win, and that's the goal.
The 5 is a scratch at Aqueduct. I just don't understand the fact that they have to go redo the chicklets and everything else. Just run without the horse in the 5-hole. I mean,
Can we watch Santa Anita instead then?
sure, we can.
They're off. Dancing Rinka was off very slowly. Schwarzmeyer out
Dancing
quickly.
Rico, that was Oldy's name
Tom
in
Seaver
college.
is coming through along the
It
inside.
was.
Zeus's War is 4 off the pace in fourth. Agency is moving through at the rail. Then it's Santo Dios and Dancing Rinka. Schwarzmeyer gets
I don't
an
even
easy
need to
lead
know
and is
who
over to
the owner
rail.
is if he
He
won
has it
Tom
by almost
Seaver.
3 lengths to Player B
That's
and Tom
obvious.
Seaver, who are stride for stride, joined 3 wide by Zeus's War. Agency on hold 5th with 5 to make up.
See
It's
if
another
Tom Seaver
2.
can still drop and
Dancing
drive.
Rinka is on the inside of Santo Dios. Schwarzmeyer, Player B, second with 2.5 to make up. Tom Seaver in the thick of it at the rail. Zeus's War is outside of that pair. Agency swings to the outside for the drive there at the top of the stretch, and Schwarzmeyer goes on, leads it by 3. Tom Seaver is chasing with determination, and Agency on the outside is starting to close as well. Schwarzmeyer has a good lead mid-stretch. Agency on the outside of Tom Seaver. It's Schwarzmeyer, and he is razor sharp and was pounded to even money as a result.
Okay, well now Tom
Agency
Seaver
in
is
a photo
defeated
with Tom Seaver.
at on the turf. He was undefeated.
I'll echo that.
But
Aqueduct.
still ran pretty good there compared to his horrible dirt efforts.
Silence wants to be in the early mix. They are lined up across the track. All on the early kick because considered done is out wider. Is joining them a shared third. Is in between horses in the 3 pack. There comes from K. 4 wide in that group is going to be King of the Castle. They are 5.
King of the Castle. King of the Castle.
Horses now. Rump K emerges with the front as a neck in front to Monomoy Beach, who's down towards the inside. Total Silence is going to take back as they zip through that opening quarter. 22.75 in that fast opening quarter mile. So you go further back in the field. They're in the 6th position. It's going to be Canadia Mejor, and they are well strung out here as the front group gets away. The 3 at the back there, the blue is there with good moments, and El Mopi. They approach a quarter mile left to go. Rum K had to work, but Rum K is extending the margin, and Rum K approaches a quarter mile left to go. 46.53 for a half mile time, and Rum K, showing no signs of stopping right now, is sprinting away from the field. Rum K is now immediately up by 6.
King of the Castle. King of the Castle.
Long. King of the Castle gives chase and is starting to move in closer.
Rum K has a 16th left to go. King of the Castle, the only one with a shot. Rum K's almost home. King of the Castle lunging. Rum K needs the line. Oh, Rum K holds on over King of the Castle.
Rum K just got it.
Yep.
I had a decent exacta there.
Matt, Matt, do you have to just cash your show bet, or is it based on like the value or what to get these points?
So for purposes of the tour, you amass points in a bunch of different ways, finishing high in tournaments, entering tournaments, betting in tournaments. There's all these different ways. And look, the advice I would give to anyone when you're playing any regular tournament is just play the tournament to win the tournament. The tour will take care of itself if you're doing well. Well, okay, today presented me a little bit of an interesting opportunity because the Saturday tournaments are quite large and dollars get up there. And so, you know, in a typical tournament during the week, you might bet a total of $200 or $300 in the tournament. Well, earlier today, I found a shot to bet $2,500 in one shot. That is a massive boost in points. Massive. I mean, it's worth 3 wins. So, and that's just on a stupid show bet on a 1-to-5 shot.
Yeah.
The question is it worth risking the position I'm in, which right now is worth $7,500 between my balance and the prize I'm going to win? Is it worth putting that at risk to really lock up the tour? And at least in the way my tone is probably coming through, no, I don't think.
I think you just take the wins of the tournament and the seat and the money, and you try to, hopefully the points thing works out. And if it doesn't, you're still happy.
Exactly. And I did make that big baller move earlier that probably took care of this anyway. And so I just feel like I'm going back maybe one too many times. I do think it would wrap it up for sure. But the idea of crashing and burning, it would be very fair to say how many times you're just playing Russian roulette with these show bets. It's just a matter of time before it's not going to work.
Yeah.
Just put the 2,500 to win on the show.
No. Chris Couples and I agree. We're on the other. Chris Couples and I are on the other page. I think you're just happy, and it probably all work out anyways.
I think it's going to work out anyway. And in case you're curious what I did, because this doesn't matter to other people, I bet as much as I could bet on that horse to show to still be in second place ahead of the guy in third. So I bet myself backwards, maybe $400, but okay, the 4 points. That'll be nice.
Undefeated, good cheer.
Here we go.
16. One more, 12-1. Tyler Campbell with quick kick. His third last year, the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies. Here on the road to the Longines Kentucky Oaks. 1-5 favorite, good cheer, the Renegade. Third one, then he facing Tipton. Fairgrounds Oaks.
Good.
Hava, rope shark. Right there is her last goal. The light settles with the red. Secret Faith in the red cap, and inside Secret Faith is Good Cheer and the Godolphin Blue as they enter the first third. Then inside, Girl Math, Chinkin is running second to last, and while seeming ground, quick kick to drop back to last to the head. And the leader is Hava with opposing her teams. Fairgrounds leading jockey. It's Hava who dictates terms as they go up the back of the track. Stakes
3 could be dangerous on the lead here.
No, I thought that could be the case, but that was a really good job by Luis Diaz on Good Cheer to not get caught in between horses.
Yeah.
With token pressure from her last.
He pushed that other horse kind of out because he wanted to sit right outside like this.
Between horses, Girl Math and the Windstar White Chicken Trails. Quarter 23.91. It went past the half mile in 47.81 seconds. Ahava with 3 furlongs to go here in the Fairgrounds Oaks.
Second.
The White Beard Boys with her. So it's Ahava.
Come on, 7. The 2 has a lot of horse.
Off the 3 path, and here's Good Cheer who's now picking up. Ahava, her lap, the big 20 ball. Good Cheer who's speaking.
That's the
Come on, girl.
Then fell back to quick kick with Secret Lap.
Keep going. Jeez.
In 12.16
Something's
seconds.
gone.
Yeah, she gone.
Here has taken the lead.
You should have bet it all to win, Matt.
No, it wasn't necessary.
The Westlake is third.
She's a nice horse.
Fifth. It is Good Cheer, all class, all wins.
That would have won the tour.
I hit the
Yep.
try. I had a
I
nice
told you that
try.
one, Matt.
I had a
You know,
nice try there.
So I still had 400 on it, which is 4 of those points. So that's not
Yeah,
terrible.
there you go.
No.
Exactly.
That's still more than people bet in a typical tournament. So I don't think, I mean, 4, I know it sounds so insignificant, but if you go look at that leaderboard, 4 will make a difference. And now I'm done. I'm shutting it down. That was, I think, my last minimum. I will go count for the 30th time to make sure I've hit my minimums. If I have friends here looking at the leaderboard, count with me. They make 10 at $20 a piece, and getting DQ'd from these things is so easy to do.
Yep.
That you just need to count and recount and recount. It's so easy to call the DQ'd people stupid. They're not. It's very easy to get caught up. So pardon me for a second as I start counting again.
All right. Well, Oldy's going to go out to Turfway Park, race number 12, which is the Jeff Ruby Stakes.
Devin is Ruby.
I was gonna. That was the single Oldie in that joint pick 5 was Good Cheer. Like I put a ticket together there. I didn't play it, but I did play the trying, and that the 2-horse Squel's Delight ran on really well there at 22-1. So just with 21
Jake
to
liked
1.
that horse a few races ago, and it just never was able to deliver.
I only put it in third, and I'm curious what the trial pay. I'm not going to pay amazing, obviously, but I only used a couple of horses in second.
Well, you know who always delivered, Oldie? Dean. Dean delivered.
Dean did always deliver, as did the postman.
Yeah.
And Carl Malone, who's also the postman.
The mailman.
Yep.
Yeah, he's got Carl Malone has like 18 children.
Yes. Well,
I mean,
Michael Jordan will tell you he probably has a lot he doesn't know about.
yeah, well, I mean, Carl Malone has a lot of kids. So there's a number of athletes that do, but
well, I mean, George Foreman had like 8 kids named George.
yeah, he named them all George.
Yes. I was explaining that to the wife last night. She's like, well, how do they tell the difference? Were there like numbers?
Tone.
There's a bunch of jokes there that I'm not going to go to. So
No, I mean, look, I know when someone calls me Matthew, when someone calls me Matt. I know there's probably 100 different ways to call me the same word. So that's my guess.
You know what? You can call me Al. Another music song nobody gets.
I love
But,
that song.
but
No,
if we had a
I'm all over
soundboard, then you could hit the button and it would go. Da, 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 da.
the Chevy Chase video. That's a great song.
Yeah. So with Turfway, Justin, I actually picked the 8-horse for D. Wayne and his Lucas Innovator on top, the E long shot here, based on the works I saw before the Rebel at Oaklawn.
Yeah, I thought this race was tough, Oldie.
The 2 Charlies to Blame wins the race soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had like 6 horses in that pick 5. I can relook at this. I thought this was a tough one out of like many of those races in the sequence. I just didn't think Poster was all that. I mean, yes, I get it. I mean, Hardy has a nice one here, but
I mean,
I don't know.
other
Is
than
this horse
that,
is this horse gonna really like this synthetic track here at Turfway?
I don't know, but it's its home base, so it's where it's been working most of the time.
Well, yeah, but then they don't race there, so
Right.
I mean,
And there were some negative works here. You can see the work at Tampa was better than these synthetic works, too.
I thought the 3 had a big look, Oldy. I mean,
California burrito.
yeah, I mean, it would be cool for Moncada to win this race. I mean, that kid's so young. So more for me, more of kind of a hunch play. Like he's been riding insane. I mean, I think he'll continually to do well after his apprentice mount. He seems like a pretty good jockey. So
I'm going to take a win bet shot on the 8, and then I'm going to play the 3, 4, 6, and 10 in some sort of exotic. Here.
what's that sound?
Sounds like somebody's shaving.
I'm going to guess a leaf blower.
Okay, a leaf blower and somebody shaving, and I think Matt. I'm gonna go with Matt. I'm going with the leaf blower. We'll have to
It'd be
ask.
funnier if it was somebody shaving.
It did
John
sound like intergalactic, John.
Yeah.
That's a great call. Great call.
Now it sounds like whoever's doing it is doing it on purpose.
Well, it sounds like they're kind of spinning the record a little bit.
Yeah.
Tony, you like the 12, really? For Josie? Gosh, that would I would love to see that just blow up the board. I mean, what happened? This horse just stopped. I mean, I guess it's been on the dirt and it just gets back to the synthetic.
I mean, it is 2-0 on the
That's the
synthetic.
trick. No, I know. Yeah. Yes. Clean as dog bite. We have a vacuum, a leaf blower, somebody shaving, the Beastie Boys, Intergalactic.
We do have a good time. By the way, am going to be bolting after the next race. Dinner time Saturday night. It's not worth getting in trouble.
I'm going to coach baseball. But Oldy, are we going through the Louisiana Derby? Is that the plan?
That's the plan. And then I'm probably grabbing dinner with the wife after and everything like that.
Yeah, I'm going to bolt after the Jeff Ruby. I mean, there are a couple left in this tournament, but I sure hope it doesn't make me look like an ass. I do feel relatively comfortable with where I'm at, and so I'm just stopping.
So does the Jeff Ruby go off before the Essex handicap at Oaklawn, which right now is at 3 minutes away?
Yeah, they look like they're 1 minute away. Unless they're dragging.
But we've been at 0 minutes to post for a while at Turfway.
They're circling. I don't know if they're going the right way or the wrong way, though, but they are circling.
You know what sounds like a miserable bet to me? A super high 5 attempt at Turfway.
Right.
With a $3,000 pool.
I mean, that's what it should pay if it comes in the order of the favorites.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
And they have the wrong horse highlighted as the favorite.
Yeah, I'd like that explained, and I'd like to understand how the GPS chicklets get wrong when I didn't think that was human entry. How do they clearly get chicklets wrong? Right. I mean, this
maybe
horse
the jockey puts tinfoil over the GPS broadcaster on the horse. I don't know.
I don't. This horse is 8-5 and isn't showing up as the favorite still.
And has been the favorite since the jump and was the morning line favorite. But that's kind of like you had one job.
Exactly. Exactly. My God.
Wow, how come the 5 is highlighted with the yellow and it's 5-1 when the 9 is 8-5?
That's what we're talking about. It's
Oh, sorry.
It's not
I
even
was-
manual error. Like I can't even understand. Do they think that's 85 or 8.5? Like
So Robert just posted somebody else's $3,000 ticket that he pulled off somewhere at Fairgrounds that's alive in the pick 5.
Matt, are you playing the Charlestown feeder tonight?
I'll click on that right now. I don't know. It's going to depend on timing. I really do. So after this race, I really am going out to a nice dinner. Registration closes at 7:15. I'll be home by 8:30. Yeah, okay.
Wait, what are you playing? You're playing another one?
There's another contest after this one at Charlestown tonight.
Chucky Town.
Chris and I introduced Scotty to the Twin Spires contest the other night.
Oh, good, nice. He would like them. They would suit how he plays really well. Look, Chris Couples in the chat. Charlestown, really?
Signing you up for a meeting.
I feel like Charlestown should hire John Gruden as like their mascot, so it's Chucky Town, and it should just be a big laughing picture of his face.
That would be pretty good. Although I'm sure that Matt, you find some angles at Chucky Town too. I gotta imagine that it doesn't. Yeah.
And I'm not saying this is an EquinEdge commercial. It's legit. It takes me 2 seconds. I mean, literally 2 seconds. I mean, I'll do it right now. It's crazy how you just go start looking. You start sorting by win percentage, and I can tell you right now, Jesus, you have a 60% winner likely in the first race.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at race 2, where the first 2 choices, which are the number 1 and 2 Scotty picks, add up to 56%. So how is that not 2 all-in doubles to get this thing rolling? I'm doing that right now.
There you go. Those folks that are following Chucky Town on that contest, beware.
Is the Turfway, is it really that slanted, or is it the camera that's not straight and making it look that way, the gate?
Well, Turfway and Oaklawn want to go off on top of each other.
They're trying to creep, both of them are trying to creep into Gulfstream too.
Yeah. I'm more interested in Oaklawn.
I thought you were going to say you're more interested in Leonard's neighbor in the hedges.
Yeah, Chris, what was going on? Was that a leaf blower outside?
Jesus, man, I got my windows open, man. It's spring here in Florida. The weather is perfect. It's like 69 degrees.
Well, was it?
Yeah,
was it a vacuum?
Was it electric shaver, a leaf blower? What were the other options?
A vacuum.
It was a leaf blower.
It was a leaf blower.
Yeah, good call. Good call.
Nailed it. I know those things.
Difficult crowd today.
5-1.
All you people that live in the cold.
He's not joking to complete the line. Ready for the Ruby. The 50.
They're off, and the 3 of ours took out the entire field.
California Burrito is probably getting deep.
There's also there with him is California Burrito and Charlie Blade from the.
It's still highlighted as the 5. They even went off the race. What's happening at this place?
Sturdy Charlie Blade has the lead. Innovator chases the pace from second, and California Burrito sets up shop in third. Baby Max is fourth inside of Maximum Promise. Calling card from the rail, Curvino to the outside, 3 or 4 wide.
Dude, this 2-horse might be really tough on the front end. There's your 8, Oldie.
Yep.
Also tries to make an early bid.
Peter earned for certain there.
He's not joking. Little shy of 7 from the front, joined by Flying Mohawk. And Final Gambit is the last of 12 as they race up the Turfway Park backstretch into Jeff Ruby. Charlie's the Blade, 3 parts of the Lake to Innovator. California Marina with the
Oh, come on.
Baby Max is saving ground. Poster continues to improve its position. There goes Jacob on a wide run, and he's getting in contention.
Come on, 3. Don't get DQ'd, though. Oh, no.
Flying
Oh, this horse
It's just got to finish
tons.
second here.
That is correct, Oldy. The 8 just needs to finish second. Oh, the 3 is much the best. No, the 8 not finishing second.
I know, but it was funny anyways.
He's on the outside. The 4 that got taken out is going to win.
Outside rolling all the way.
He's gone.
Check out Final Gambit.
Wow.
Machado. They win it to Jeff.
Oh,
Brad
Lamar.
Cox has his first Derby horse in.
He judged the finish line well.
He's still running as hard as he can.
To take back here, so he's the first one out of the early 3 to blink.
There we go, Oaklawn.
Stop the pace today.
All right, gentlemen, I don't mean to interrupt, but I got to say goodbye.
All right,
See you
Matt.
soon.
Good night.
Great to see you guys. Hopefully that leaderboard stays the same. And yeah, thanks for the advice. And hopefully this was fun for everybody.
Matt, I just want to say good luck, and we're all counting on you.
I knew
See you
that.
soon.
And don't call me Shirley. See ya. Bye.
That might have been the most appropriate use of good luck, and we're all counting on you that I could have used.
He's outside going in the turn, getting closer. Tarantino, there he goes. Unload, losing ground. Patriot Spirit needs to find more on the lead after the fast pace. Here is Tarantino to make it a race. Tarantino, Patriot Spirit under a hard ride. Tarantino right there as they come to the top of the lane. Speed by his third. Connect his 4th. Christian Torres all over him to get going. Here comes Red Route 1 now. Red Route 1 bringing his A game today. He's getting outside. And Red Route 1 with a massive rally to the lead under Keith Asmussen. Red Route 1 with a furlong to go. Turning on the afterburners. He's got 2.5 ahead. Tarantino second. Speed by his third. Kinetic did not fire his best shot. Red Route 1 did, though. And Red Route 1 back to winning form as he takes the Essex.
Red Route 1, 5-1.
Didn't you like that horse a couple of years ago at Remington?
I liked him a couple of times, had him, but not today.
Yeah. Had not been in the best form, so completely understandable.
All right, that brings us to our last race of the day, the Fairgrounds Louisiana Derby.
All right, Justin, we got to get your pick here. We haven't heard your pick yet for Louisiana Derby.
I don't know. This race. You go first. I haven't even listened. I didn't listen to your guys' show on Thursday.
I've described this race as John Hancock and a bunch of future 12-5 claimers.
You think that this group's not that bad?
It's really bad. I mean, look at this group.
I mean, you have some light. I thought that the 10 could run. I thought the 3 could run, and I thought the 1 could run.
So I don't think the 3's going to finish 5th again. I thought maybe the 10 could run.
I like the 10 probably best, but I agree with you on the 1. I think the 1 has a big shot. I think the 10 or the 1 win the race.
I think you could be looking at Brad Cox exacta here with instant replay, the maximum security horse that has no early speed.
And that horse
maybe
romped last out. I mean, 1 at Fairgrounds in the 2 posts. It's small field, but won by 5 lengths. My gosh.
it was 10 lengths back at first point of call. If that tells you how hot that pace must have been.
Yeah, I know, exactly. Save ground and just came flying. You got to be on the inside to do that. So I had a good post. But that was a small field. Bill likes Fossimo. I mean, the 9 probably ran a good race. I thought the 2 could improve. Or, sorry, the 10.
The 10 could. I mean, lightly raced. Didn't really run a lick in the Rebel, but also wasn't really expected to. But I just thought this was a very weak field, and with the way Owen Almighty ran back in the Tampa Derby, I thought that also upgrades John Hancock in my mind. And if they didn't think that much of this horse, it would still be sitting in Virginia, having run in the Virginia Derby.
You know what I think's the craziest thing about John Hancock at the moment, Oldy, is that this horse is 5-2. So I'm looking at, the value on that horse is insane at the moment. Like, I mean, E Morning Line has that horse at 3-5, and inside speed like this. I mean, we saw what Magnitude did with speed from the friggin' 14 post with Ben Curtis. Look what's going to happen here with the 1 and Flavian Pry. I mean, he's sending, he's sending. Yeah. I'm liking the 110 exacta in some fashion. If this field is really that bad, the 5 seems to be taking too much money, and Tyler's 0 for 14 with Coach.
This horse did almost win that Sunland Derby, but you also look at the way Getaway Car ran back last week, which was not good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And to me, that downgrades this. Coach also made a comment that he's not really sure about the distance for this horse. I know the GSR says no problem, but there was an interview with him this week, and he was very iffy on the distance on this horse.
Yeah, I didn't. The 10 just seems to have upside and probably some talent, and is taking money. I mean, the 10's taking a lot of money. What's the 10-1 or 110 exacta?
It is not coming up. Hold on, let me refresh, and hopefully the probables.
Wait, is the 110 exacta really 34-1?
I have 32-1 on my screen.
Holy. And then 40-1 on 10-1. Wow. I'm probably looking at that was kind of, I didn't spend much really looking outside both those runners, Oldie, just because I thought that it really was probably between those two. But yeah, I did think the 3 had a little bit of a look for Steve and Rosario. But I also could see your comment that this horse might just hit the board. Might finish 3rd. I'd probably play a 110, 110, 3 try. Just, I mean, their pay is so good.
I mean, maybe
I'd probably add some others for 3rd also in a try, but I'm probably looking at it just the 110 or 10-1 exacta.
For me, so I'm going to play. Let me just look here. I'm going to play this 1 over 5, 6, 9, 10 over 5, 6, 9, 10. And then I got to figure out what I'm going to add there. Maybe the 7 for Pletcher gets him the money.
Bossimo.
That's another hot rod horse.
Whatever happened to Hot Rod?
Booted from all chats.
What did you say?
Booted from all chats.
Yeah, I think he got booted from another chat yesterday.
What?
Yeah.
That's not good.
I mean, not to air dirty laundry, but screenshots were sent.
Wiz said booted. Patrick, you have the 1, 7, 5, 10. It's pretty good coverage. The only horse I think the 3 can run a good race.
I just don't think it's going to be Tiztastic here, so I'm going to fade that horse. It's interesting though that Caldera, the 5, is the top pick here, and John Hancock is not among the top picks.
No, yeah, I'm with you.
I mean, from my standpoint of wanting as little speed in as possible against Citizen Bull, I would love John Hancock not to win this race and not to make the Derby. But I just think he's better than these horses. Jennifer, we're crossing our fingers for you because that means you have that 11, right, in the pick 3. So 435 is
how
what
much does that
for 50
pay?
cents.
That would be awesome for Jennifer. Wow.
Yeah.
You're still getting 2-1, Oldy, on this horse. That's just wild.
I could have looked at what I'm assuming the pick 6 is paying 5 out of 6. Here.
What's the pick? What about the pick 5?
Let's see. Pick 5 is paying a lot.
Yeah. 30. That's for 50. So 35,000 to the 1. It looks like pool. That's probably pool to the 4. Wow.
Yeah.
The 10, 111,000. Wow.
So if the 1 wins here, my dollar that $80 pick 6 I gave out will pay $362. On 5 out of 6. She has it for $1. So nice, Jennifer. Let's go. Let's get the 1.
All right. So Fairgrounds, who's your top picks here?
I like John in his hand.
Yeah, I was on the 1 or the 10, Chris. I don't really have a preference.
Oldie?
John in his Hancock.
Oldy's on the 1.
For Brad and his Cox. Got about 2 minutes left here. They should be getting close-ish. There apparently is. Is there a double into tomorrow?
No.
Because they're showing a double pool right now. I show no more races. I'm serious.
No, they always do that. I'm not sure. They always have that. I never have asked or looked it up. It must be into either another track or it's into tomorrow or something. They've had that forever.
They used to have the closing double into the next day's first race at Arlington. So that's why I was asking, since it's Twin Spires.
But I've never seen. It might only be on track or something. I've never been able to find how you play it.
It's a lot of money to have been bet on track, though.
Well, but this tomorrow's their closing day, so their handle has been up huge, and I mean I don't know about huge, but I mean it's been up consistently.
For sure.
I think I ended up covering like over 60 days or something of that track, right around there. It's pretty wild.
Long shot.
I saw another.
The 3.
Listen,
I
saw another 2 months.
Had a shot. Well, I'm going to Gulfstream, so it'll be Fairgrounds. I didn't realize they just race so much. It's like, there's a holiday, we're racing. Oh, we're racing here. This is an extra day. I like their racing though, because in their turf racing is awesome because you can get prices. What's Al? You have not you. Al, what's 9K1510 mean? John, you like 12569. My racehorse money on the 5. Yeah, it makes sense. The older your one horse still 2-1 is pretty crazy.
Well, I expected the Maui racehorse money, though I actually mentioned it to Scotty. They're off at Santa Anita. Looks like a chalky race there. Unless the 6 at 8-5, the favorite stops. Right now, it looks like he's going to win by an entire straightaway at the rate he's going. In a maiden 20.
6.
This is the type of horse you see a tweet about people complaining about because the horse was over 12 and just won by about 7-8 lengths at least.
Second, did the 8 finish second there?
What?
8 or the 2 finish second?
Okay. I didn't see because they panned out and made it impossible to tell following the winner.
All right. Is this race are we gonna load or what?
Eventually.
What's that
Pan
exact?
out so we can see how far away from the gate they are, maybe?
29 to 1 to the 110, and the 10-1 is 35 to 1.
1-9's pretty good too. 41 to 1.
Wow.
The horses are approaching the starting gate.
They're approaching.
Down to the mile and 3/16 start for the TwinSpire.com Louisiana Derby.
I'd like a 110 over the 3. That'd be amazing. 110 would be good though. We'll see. Good luck, everybody.
How about just 1-9-10? That would be really nice.
1-9-10 cold.
Yeah, try.
Yeah. All right.
Or if it's 1-10-9, I don't care. As long as the 1 wins and the 9 or 10 finishes second and third, that's great for me. Ben's taking some money though, down to 5 to 1.
The horses have reached the starting gate. It is now post time. The TwinSpire.com Louisiana Derby. Vivian Pratt with John Hancock coming up.
Even the 1-5's 22 to 1 on these.
Hancock. Fairgrounds speed leader Jose Ortiz with Bill to join John Hancock. Heredity Jr. with Massimo. Now Jared Flubberry with Chunk of Gold. Joel Rosario, Tiz Caston coming up. Purple Silks for White Cap.
It's showtime.
Yenzer, Ben Curtis has the stakes win on the card. Luis Saez with Furio. So this over the mile and 3/16 here at the Fairgrounds. John Hancock, the 2 to 1 favorite. Right now, 4 to 1 on Caldero waiting to load, 5 to 1 on 6 Built in the game. Now Furio joined up. Tyler Gaffleon with Caldera. The Rome Giroux, instant replay, 10 to 1 and 1 more. Brian Fernandez Jr. with Hypnus. They're in the gate. They're off in the TwinSpire.com Louisiana Derby. And John Hancock with shortly went. Here John Hancock to the early lead. Ginter Furio was right there with the white blinkers and Built goes up in heavy green horses. Chunk of Gold with Caldera. Massimo, Hypnus gets position and angles for the part of the track. Back up, Hypnus is Tistastic and instant replay is last as they enter the first turn. It's John Hancock. So in pole position for Fabian Pratt, it's John Hancock, who's made a very easy early lead as he goes to the back of the track. And on the outside, it's Getzer, who follows John Hancock and Built is third with the Rail Furio alongside running in fourth. Chunk of Gold settles into this run.
That's pretty quick.
Is Caldera, who's next in 6th.
Too quick.
Massimo with Hypnus, Tistastic and Trevor Reigns. Instant replay. So a quarter for John Hancock, 22.99 seconds. The half mile for the front runner, 46.84 seconds. And now they're in the vicinity of the half mile pole here in the Louisiana Derby. And it's still John Hancock. John Hancock continues to lead. Yinzer on the outside is Furio, who's coming with a bid, and Built is right there to John Hancock as they round the far turn. 3/4.
Here come the three.
3 seconds. John Hancock tackled by Built.
Three
Built
flying.
For Jose Ortiz, here's Built, who's on even terms with John Hancock. As these two battle to the top of the stretch, Chunk of Gold is right there. Tis-tastic. Furio has dropped back. Hypnus and on the front side, Maximo. As they straighten away, instant replay is moving from out of the backfield, but it's Built.
Come on, 3.
And Built has taken the lead here for
Yeah,
Jose
3 gonna the long shot look good, Chris.
John Hancock is in away. Right there, Chunk of Gold, 3 horses.
Come on, 3. Come on, 3.
As they come past the 16.
Go, Joe.
It's
9 ran a big race. Nicely done. Good
Show
call.
you something.
Whoa!
Even though I hated that horse, the race I'm
Boom.
on.
Boom.
Boom for Chris.
Rosario, one time. Ring the bell.
I love it.
That horse was
All right.
loaded.
Now, yeah, I mean, that was he. I thought that horse might. Oldy, go down to my note. What did I put?
No, he went off at 9-1 and finished at 7-1. Super.
Yeah, look at that. Look at. See, gets a cozy inside post. He's gonna save ground throughout. And look what happens. Joel Rosario. That was a good ride by Joel. Nicely done.
10 to 1 second. Good effort.
Look, like I said, Joel trying to get his Derby mount. There he goes.
Third. Instant replay at 8 to 1 odds.
Fine by me. You keep John Hancock out of there. That limits the speed in the Derby.
156.20.
329, Caracal. 3291. 1 ran 4th. Chunk of Gold runs another good race. Chunk of Gold gonna get enough points to get in the Derby? Is that what you're saying?
Second in the Risen Star, so that's 25 points and 50 for this one. So or 40 for this one. So Chunk of Gold should be in.
Wow.
So that's what, 329?
Yeah, Chunk of Gold's in.
329, and all the favorites out of the top. So I had that across the board a number of times, not an entertainment wager. All right, guys. Good luck at the Jeff Ruby Stakes. Thank you all for joining. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We'll be back with you, I think, regular schedule next week, weekend preview. Road to the NHC. We should probably have a special guest for that. We will talk about that coming up, and then we'll be back with you here on Saturday. One more week to the Santa Anita Derby. Justin and Oldy, have a good week. And any final thoughts?
Good luck, all. Have a good weekend. Last day of Fairgrounds tomorrow.
Yep.
A sharp time of the Derby preps here, so stay with us. We'll have lots of coverage, including some live stuff coming up from Santa Anita and Gulfstream when the Florida Derby and the Santa Anita Derby go off. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Hit the like and the subscribe button on your way out, please.
Yep. All right, we're signing off. We'll see you next Saturday.